Yay, and we're not muted this time.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Lumenight Lounge with our beautiful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is onigiri. I'm a Celestial Guardian, and I'm really happy to be here today. I'm so excited.
Nice. So, we are going to start off with me clicking on the wrong thing, actually. Oh my gosh. You'll have to pardon me, everybody in chat. I just had coffee, like, just now, so my brain is catching up slowly but surely. So let's start off with our basics. So what got you into being a VTuber?
Oh my, I was long thinking about that. Actually, when I just turned off my bouncing and my stuff, so it's a bit more chill here. I just saw me going up and down and totally wiggling all the time. Actually, it was a bit of a surprise because I didn't have a PC until I started streaming. So I started about like 2 years ago, and I didn't have a PC or anything, but like my friends, we were all pretty much into gaming and anime and all that stuff. And I wanted to, it was like a fun idea, like, why you don't start streaming? You talk a lot, you know, you can't never stop to talk. Just try streaming. And I was always against like with a face cam, and I didn't want to do that. And I loved world building, characters, and those kind of things. So when I started streaming, I actually, for me, it was for sure like to have at least an image or anything on the stream, not just a plain, I don't know, the game or anything, because I wasn't good at gaming. I never played with a keyboard. I had to learn the first year how to actually play with a keyboard. So I had to have something on the stream to make it more interesting and more like people want to join in, because the gameplay, it wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
Yeah, I was really bad at the beginning. So I decided to have like a little PNG and stuff, and I love this whole, like, when you look on Twitter and you look for VTubers and you see all those amazing designs and everything, how can you say no to that?
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, everybody here is so pretty.
Yeah, that's why I immediately said like I need that too. I want that. I wanna build my character, and I looked totally different than now, actually.
Oh, really? So you had like a 1.0 design?
Yeah, kind of. Like that was just more like a, hey, can you draw me something in that direction? And then I got something and I streamed with that. It even didn't look like my current PNG looks a bit more like a VTuber model. Like you could rig it and then it's a full model, a bit like that.
Thank you for the sub. Oh, welcome,
thank you. Oh, thanks for the compliment. Thank you. And then it didn't look like a real model or big PNG. And then I had a different outfit, actually, that kind of looked like the one I had now. So it's actually 3.0 already. It's not like I'm saying that like this, but when you think about it, it's actually the third design I have.
Oh, because I've only seen this one.
Yeah, I know, because the other, like, one was like last year. But then we had some issues about that PNG and some comments on it, and then I decided to totally switch up the whole image and design, and then we came to this one, and it's my favorite one. Like, I love this design, and I'm so happy with that. That's like the final, beside like, I don't know, switched up ideas like dark version or different outfit kind of, but this is like the main design I go with.
And you have good taste. This design is really pretty. I'm looking at your PNG right now on my other monitor. I love the antlers.
Ah,
they're so cute.
Thank you.
And who's your mascot? Who's your little? This looks like a dragon. Is this a no? Wait, that's not a dragon.
The deer, the little one.
It's like
It's actually a Krillin. It's a special fantasy creature that has a special name that I can't pronounce. It doesn't have a name yet. Chat didn't decide yet if it gets a name or anything. But yeah, it's my familiar. It's my little. It has something to do with my lore, but that lore is just coming out in October, so I won't say anything about that. But it's a big part of my lore.
Oh my, it's so cute though.
Yeah, I love it. It looks so squishy on this picture. It looks like a giant squish toy.
It does look like a squishy toy. Your logo is actually pretty different from other VTuber logos I've seen. Yours is more like minimalistic.
Yeah, it's so old actually. This picture, I like this logo. It was the first logo I ever had to think about with an artist, and I'm getting also a different one soon that looks a bit more like a cute cafe batch vibe. But I wanted always to go a bit more minimal. I'm not a big fan of the big, busy ones. It's just not my thing. I'm pretty clean in what I like on layout and stuff.
Oh. So how did you come up with your design?
I was in a guild once in another game, and I already told you I have a thing for white hair females. I don't know, it just happened.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to have. It was difficult for me because I didn't want to go full mage at the beginning. I wanted to be more like adventurer-like looking, but my ideas kind of always ended up in looking like a bit more magical and stuff. So in the end, we just decided, okay, I go with a hat because I love witch hats. They are just, I don't know, I like how they look. So I just went fully into the witch theme, and I liked white. That's just a weird thing I developed while gaming, that I always try to dress all white or whitish. Now it's like white, gold, and blue, but the main theme is always white. We were team white in the guild, and it's like a long thing about when I started gaming. Like, I think I started gaming like 4 years ago, but that was just mobile gaming, a little bit of laptop gaming, so really small gamer girl would say.
Hey, no, gaming is gaming.
Yeah, but around that time, I never had really a controller in my hand, only for like Mario Kart or that stuff, and we just had like, our guild was wild, and I was like a guild vice leader, so I already had this theme in my head, and then I just went with that. I don't know.
That's really super pretty. I think, like, I know we discussed earlier. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way, Mr. Spicy. I know we talked about it earlier, but like, I know how I was saying that your model looked a lot like Elena, the witch Elena.
Yeah.
No other like white-haired witches come to mind. I think Elena's the only one I know, surprisingly. There's probably others that I can't think of right now.
But with whom I have another, my looks will always compared with her, and my character was always compared to, what was her name, Aqua? What was it? It's also like an adventure anime, and they had like a very I run into things character.
Oh no.
And I was always compared to those two.
The cute and clumsy character?
I mean, she was more like looking like a hot woman, but being like hella clumsy and doesn't know like when to stop.
Oh my gosh. The toggles and the animations that you have are really cute. So is your character like illustrated, just not rigged yet?
No, it's not usable for rigging. It's actually just a PNG. Like, I'm not aiming for VTuber. We're gonna have a big change soon, so I won't aim for VTuber. Like the general VTuber with like a rigged model and everything for this year. So
okay,
I won't start wiggling this year.
I won't start wiggling.
That's how I always explain it, because some people always come in chat and being like, okay, you're somehow a model, but you're also not a model. What is your character. What is that? And I'm always like, I am like a VTuber who's not wiggling. That's it. Like, I'm not wiggling. I can't wiggle my head. I can't wiggle, I don't know, my boobas. I can't wiggle. And that explains a lot to them.
I can't wiggle my boobas.
Yeah, but some people just don't know that to be a VTuber or to have like emotions and stuff, there's just one tool though, but you have options. You don't have to have like a full rigged model. For example, some people are streaming with a GIF, like some people have like other kind of PNG times or just an animation or something. And sometimes it's really hard to explain, like not everybody has a fully moving model, so
yeah, exactly. No, you don't need a fully moving model to be a VTuber. You just have to have a virtual character, I guess. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
But even then, like you can still, because some people have a virtual character, but they also do face cam streaming as well.
Yeah, but that's for me like always, I don't know, a bit difficult.
Switching
like,
between the two.
Yeah, because like I see the VTuber space, especially for like people who like character building, who are not interested in showing themselves. I'm not having anything against it when you slide 1 or 2 real life pictures in. I don't know, when you, I don't know, at a con or something. That's fully fine, but I'm not always understanding, like when you're face camming, it's totally fine to have a character and stuff. But I feel like the VTuber community is build on those characters, working with artists, having those models and stuff, and then just face camming in between, not as a special event, just casually. And I'm like always, why you just not only face cam when you like that? Why do you need the model that you sometimes use?
Yeah, because some people work really hard on their models, and I guess if you don't use it all the time, it's kind of sort of neglecting it because your whole brand is kind of based off your model.
Yeah. And they're like I get it when you like once or twice have for special events like a face cam stream. When you want to do that, go for it. But I always think it's a bit sad when I see like just also face cam streamers starting VTubing at the side to like, I don't know, take that into advantage or something. I don't know what they're planning to do with that, but like just as a side thing, like I'm happy with face camming, but I just put up a model because that's currently cool or everybody likes it, so I just have it. And for people who are like really just aiming for that because they're having fun and love creating that character or that brand, and they need to work really, really hard to achieve that stuff, and then you have just people who are like, I face cam, but I have a model at the side. I don't know, I'm not a fan of that.
That's true, because during the, I guess you could say VTuber boom during the beginning of COVID, there were a lot of people that were just face camming, and then all of a sudden they're just like, I'm gonna try VTubing, but not really because they like it. It's more so for the clout, I guess, that VTubing had at the time.
Yeah. And that's why many people go back from it again. Like now COVID is over. Now the hype is done. Now it's even harder to get it going. And then they just decide, okay, I can go back to face camming because that was the main thing I was doing anyways.
That's true. It was just like they just needed some more following. But I know that there's a lot of people that follow strictly VTubers though, so I don't know how that's really gonna work because you kind of lose that viewership once you stop using it.
I think it's also sad. I mean, I can understand it. It's giving crowd again and money and everything when like facecam streamer use VTuber models on a separate, for example, Twitter account, and then link like horny stuff to it and use that model for like horny content because they don't want to use themselves. So they just create that model to use them for horny content, and then beside of that they keep streaming, facecam streaming, and just do their comfy stuff or whatever, but they just have a second income with like the model.
Oh man, I haven't seen anybody do that specific. I've seen a lot of LewTubers. I haven't seen a LewTuber that does facecam streaming, but then again, I don't look into LewTubers like that. You get
like, I'm interested in especially like those like soft nudity, more like elegant, that kind of thing, more aesthetic wise. And then I ended up on a Twitter account actually, and I was wondering, like, there were so many links, and I was like, why are there so many Twitch links and stuff? And then I found out that they're actually like face cam streamers, and they have this big account just for like horny VTuber stuff.
Horny VTuber stuff. There was one person that I did follow because I liked their model and they were all cute and everything. And then I didn't realize that they were a Lutuber until I saw their other Twitter. That was still a VTuber, but it had all their lewd stuff on it. And then I was like, oh, well, that's surprising. So I went on one of their streams, and this model was a girl, but the streamer itself was a guy. So you go on the stream, and it's a guy's voice.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I mean, I don't mind, but I also got bamboozled.
Sometimes it's so confusing, especially when they go with like he, him pronouns and then having like a really, really deep voice. And then on their Twitter page, you don't see anything about that, and just having the model, obviously female, and then you go on the stream and then it's like a male one talking normally about their day life and stuff. And you have like the most female looking model with very specific arguments to it and stuff, and I was like, I know, I can understand like you building the character you like to have, and I mean I also make myself as like pretty for me, but when I see some people like overdoing it a bit with like specific areas and specific types of models, I'm always a bit like, do we need to do that? Do we have such a need in doing that?
Oh my, hello, thank you for the raid. Hi, Zara. Wait. Oh, I didn't realize your stream was... Zara, did you beat that boss? You was kind of struggling.
Oh, what kind of boss?
They were playing not Elden Ring, I'm sorry, Dark Souls. I keep saying
oh,
Elden
goodness.
Ring.
Oh, goodness.
Well, let me like snooze this ad right quick. Well, hello everybody. My name is Matcha. I am a Kitsune sorceress, and we are here with our lovely guest. If you want to introduce yourself to our raiders.
Hi, my name is onigiri. Nice to meet you guys.
But we're doing a segment on Lumenight where we interview onigiri to talk about her VTubing journey and everything. It almost took 2 hours. Oh, my condolences.
Aww. I mean, the first Elden Ring boss took me like way too many hours. I don't want to talk about it.
I was literally gonna ask you if you played any other Dark Souls games.
So my birthday is in May, and I had to, like, they reached the goal, and I had to play Elden Ring, and I think I defeated, until now, I think it was like some weeks ago, we defeated the second boss. And it's too much of a rage for me. It's like I can't always play. Oh
my god!
Elden Ring is too much for my nerves.
Oh, not the nerves. Wait, your birthday's in May?
Yeah.
My birthday's in May.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mine is on the 5th.
First.
Oh, damn, that was so close.
So close, yet so far. Oh my gosh! Well, happy May, June, July, August. Happy late 4-month.
You too.
Count on my fingers. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. Oh, and I have
May, June, July, August.
Wait, that is 4, right? May, June, July, August.
June, July, August.
Wait, it's September.
Yeah.
No, it's August.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We got ya.
Oh my gosh. Well, if any of you would like to show Yoni some love, I have her card pinned into the chat so that you all can go on ahead and admire her PNG just like I'm doing in the background.
Thank you.
September is next week. Oh my gosh. I think I have to pay one of my bills before the end of the month. And it's
already freaking September. I cannot deal with it. It's nearly Christmas again. I was already singing Christmas songs yesterday during the stream.
The Mariah Carey ones or just the classic ones?
Give you my heart.
Oh my gosh.
The very next day, you gave it away.
Yeah, at my job, We already got the shipment for all of our Christmas trees like 2 weeks ago.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
Who's poking me? Show yourself.
Yeah.
But no, there were so many. They ordered like, well, corporate, not they as in someone in the place, but corporate ordered like 200 Christmas trees and now they're everywhere and I can't escape them.
Oh my gosh.
But they are, you know, they're really pretty. I'll give it that because we got some white Christmas trees in. Actually, there's a Christmas tree that matches your VTuber design because it's blue, white, and gold.
Oh, yes, I know those. Like the plastic ones
Yeah.
that you stick together.
Yeah, you just like, it comes in like 3 parts and you just like twist them together and then you plug it in and boom, Christmas tree.
Yeah. Damn tree.
Every time I see that tree now, I'm gonna think about you.
Nah.
They also they have a lot of different colors. They have only a couple red ones, some orange ones, which I thought that one looked pretty weird, but someone's gonna buy it. Some blue ones, a couple of purple ones, a lot of hot pink ones, like some razor rose quartz pink type of trees.
Oh, goodness. I want Christmas, not like a party.
Yeah, like if you are a ooh-woo kitten, that tree is for you. There are gonna be Christmas decorations during October this year, watch. There are.
Yeah, they're normally, at least the food is already there in October.
Yeah, for real. Like, I feel like everybody at my job just forgot about Thanksgiving because we have Halloween and Christmas decorations everywhere.
I'm not ready for Halloween this year. It was too fast, everything. Can we slow down? I'm not ready for this.
The year kind of did fly by, but I guess it's a lot more eventful stuff happened this year. In the VTubing community and in the IRL community. And I guess it just went kind of fast because people are still recovering from the pandemic. There's that. There was a couple of celebrity deaths that happened. Like the Queen, for one thing. That was the Queen's death, the submarine incident, the Mr. Beast doing things. Just a lot of eventful stuff
going on.
Oh, and the Walmarts in my country being just torn apart. They've been really crazy. Like there was a trend in my country where people would, and I don't know what country everybody else here is from because I know y'all from everywhere, and I know a lot of people from Zeru's community from the Philippines, but the Walmart, I'm pretty sure is like everywhere, but the big super department store chain is one of the biggest that I know of, and people have been having a trend where they would just go in there, eat food that you're supposed to buy because it's a grocery store, and just take things and just walk out. They would fill up their cart to the brim and just leave. And that's been like a quote unquote trend. I don't know why, but that
makes no sense.
None at all. I can't understand it, but because of that, they've had to close down like over 40 of their locations. And that costs a lot of jobs. Like now those people just don't have jobs anymore because they're just doing these weird things. And I have no idea why, but it does no good for anybody, really.
I don't know, some trends are just weird and I don't know, just for fun, but they're destroying more than actually being funny.
Exactly. It just serves no purpose. Kind of like I don't know how long ago that was, but in my country, a couple years back, this trend went viral. It was right after the whole "let's eat Tide Pods" trend, which that was interesting. But people would dress up as a clown, and they would just go and be creepy. They would go on people's property, try to scare them. I don't know why. And it was like spring when this happened, so it wasn't a Halloween trend. It was for no reason. People would just dress up as a clown and scare people. And then people were just like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore because people, had guns. As you all know, I'm from the land of the Glocks. That's my country. So, like, people were pulling out guns because these random scary clowns were trespassing on their property.
Yeah, wasn't there also some accidents and stuff because of that? I think there was some news about that some of those funny jokes didn't went good.
Yeah,
for the clown.
Yeah, exactly. Because I wouldn't think of it. And there's a lot of like very dangerous trends. And even when cause this happened back when I lived with my parents, my dad was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna purchase another gun because I will shoot a clown if I see it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a little violent. He was like, you never know, because one of those clowns could be just not a teenager. They could actually be somebody hostile, but you can't like take that chance. It's just,
yeah, you just never know. And especially if you just got, like, they spook you in your own freaking ground. Or like, you're being at home, freaking washing the dishes, looking out the window, and then a freaking clown appears. Like, I would get a freaking heart attack. I would not survive that. That would be awful.
Especially after playing hours of Phasmophobia and then something like that happens.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, I'm out. Go away, please, go, just...
Me waiting for cake baking for your neighbors to be a trend. Yeah, like, why can't I have nice things be a trend? Like,
just going around and being nice to everybody, like a trend.
Exactly. Just like, let's go and give compliments to people for views. How about we do that? You know, why can't that be a thing?
Yeah.
It should definitely help with my social anxiety because ever since starting as a VTuber, which hasn't been too long, I can like reach out to people just fine being myself, but out in the world, out in public, I'm just like a little nubbins in the corner.
Yeah, that's also a weird thing, like sometimes I thought like the internet or being on the internet helps like people to develop more like social skills, and for some people it helps a lot because they can just easily talk to everybody, meet new people. But then there's some who just weird, like who use this social thing to just be weird and random and don't learn anything and just expose their weirdness and put that on other people randomly. And I wish like we all would be like a bit more sharing some positive stuff instead of like running around and trolling. Like fun can also happen without being weird or going for like weird stuff.
Yeah, like the whole let's troll on random VTubers, let's be parasocial, that's not really necessary.
Or like squatting people, like not the squatting with like sending people to their home, but like the ones where they meet in a Discord voice chat. Then pick a random streamer and then raid their chat.
That's a thing?
Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It happened to me once, but in like a small version because obviously I'm not that big. But it happened to many, especially when they play specific kind of games, when they have a specific kind of tag, and then it can happen that they just all come together in Discord and be like, okay, today, who are we trolling? And then like 5 to 10 people, for example. I don't know how many friends that they have, but then they just go into random chats and troll.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I probably never experienced it because I have, like, you have to have a verified email in order to join my Discord specifically. And then you have to fill out that questionnaire. Like asking like, what do you want to do while you're here? So like every single troll bot has to do that if they want to. If they want to like raid, and it's probably not even worth it at that point. They're just like, let's move on from this.
Yeah, I don't know, right? And I also don't see the sense in that, just being trolled in a definitely not funny way. It's just annoying. It can turn out mean because then they get angry because you didn't think it was funny. And they just wasted, I don't know, an hour of their life to troll somebody. I don't know, that's just weird.
Exactly, like, you got anything else better to do?
Yeah, like, I'm just chilling here and streaming. I don't have a clue who you are. You don't know me. Why are we interacting here? Like, why is this happening?
I haven't had any... I've got lucky. You know what? I should probably knock on some wood. Hold on. Is my desk made of real wood? I think so. I got it from IKEA. It must be real, right? But I had like 1 or 2 trolls. I think the only like troll was like somebody, I don't even know if they were trolling, if they were serious, but somebody commented on one of my shorts that I put on YouTube, and they were like, oh wow, I already saw this on the original creator's TikTok, and I was like,
Oh, I saw that tweet of
yeah, it was just because they kept going after I did that screenshot. They kept going because I was like, that's my TikTok, actually, because they were like, yeah, playing Matcha Vtuber on TikTok already posted this, and I was like, I'm Matcha. And they were like, no, you just reposted this from TikTok. And I was like, are you for real right now?
It's me, hello. Read the name, it's me, it's really me.
I was lost for words. I was like, no way, this person has to be trolling. There's no way.
Yeah. Sadly, I can only say like last December, I had a really, really bad month about, like we had a Christmas calendar, so I was streaming 20 days actually, like every day. And during that time, we met so many different kind of trolls in chat. I had trolls on my Discord that were like calling me during the stream because I had my DMs open, or that just came in chat with different accounts, just trolling, just spam. Like I had all different kind of people coming in for like a month, especially also because I had a different PNG. There were also like some really nasty kind of things because my PNG actually was like a bit more exposed in the chest area. And some people took that to write me in DM or in chat really nasty things about what they're gonna do with me or what they're gonna use me for and stuff like that. So it was 1 month of really, really weird people joining in.
Ew.
And they also called me. That was the most creepy stuff about that. They like started to call me on Discord while I was streaming. I didn't get the sense of that. To talk to me. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, and Lars is my mod. He knows. He knows.
Oh yeah, that time. Oh my, that's so gross. Can you set it so that only friends can call you and stuff? I need to do that. I don't think I have that.
Like I normally had my DMs open, so I don't need to like everybody needs to send me a friend request and stuff. But yeah, you can close your DMs, so that won't happen.
Maybe I should do that. I'm gonna do that right now.
I don't know. It was just weird people, and still now, like those people are just coming in, being like, "Hi, I followed you. Can I now play with you?" Like, no, this is a collab. Like, obviously, you cannot play randomly with me now. No, or like people just jumping in and writing. Like, I don't get why people do that. Coming in, writing about totally different stuff, randomly spamming that, like about a game or about something else. And then just leaving.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, why were you in my chat? What was that? Like they're spamming things. I'm not reacting to it because like it's obviously not the topic we're in here. And they just go again. And I'm like, that's not funny. That's not trolling. What is your mission in life? Sometimes I'm just wondering what people intend to do, or if they're like bad in English and actually don't know what they're writing and doing, and they just think they are funny even though they're not. I don't have an idea.
I'm glad I haven't experienced it. The only time somebody spammed was like in my chat. It was an accident. Somebody fell asleep to one of my cozy streams and they fell asleep on their keyboard and they were spamming. But there's like, this person's been following me for a long time, like more than 2 months, and they've never done anything like that before. And I was like, I think they're doing this on accident. I think they don't know. And then they like woke up and they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I fell asleep on my keyboard. And I was like, I know, you're good. Cause like my little nightbot, oh, thank you for the comfort. But they got timed out by the bot for like a while. And somebody new joined in and they were like, are you gonna ban this person? They're just kind of spamming W. And I was like, I think they're asleep. So we sat there and we were like, let's like wait a couple minutes to see if like they wake up. And then they did.
I mean, when it's like chatters who are there for a while and then they write something that's maybe not that cool or nice or do something weird, you can just time out and then we're good and, you know, we keep going. And that's totally fine. Not everybody knows everyone's boundaries, or maybe they thought in that moment that sentence is okay, but it actually, I don't know, I didn't like it in that moment because my mood was not fit for that or something. And that's totally okay. So it's like, no problems, but just coming in chat and being weird is just, I don't know, wasting time.
I agree. There was one of a VTuber that I really like. She was doing a subathon for her affiliate anniversary. So I was there for a while. And there was this one person that was like kind of slowly pushing that line, because they popped in like 25 minutes after she started streaming. And they were like, wow, there's only 13 people here. And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
What? I think it's because she had like 4,000 followers or something. I don't know why. It was an unjust comment, no matter what the reason is in my eyes. And then she was obviously like not comfortable with it. She was like, hey, you can't just like make, you know, comments like that. That's really rude. And I went in the chat and I was just like, hey, don't be like that. Don't, like, if you're gonna have that type of attitude, you don't need to be here. And then they were like,
yeah,
oh, I just expected more since you had a big following. And I was like, bro, you can't just say that. And they're continuously saying that.
I also expected you to have more brain cells than one, but that is really not okay to say at all. What?
Exactly. And it was like, first of all, it's like the first 20 minutes. Not everybody's gonna be here yet. Secondly, shut up.
Yeah, you're also not going to the person like, oh, you have one friend. I expected more. Like, nobody is like saying those kind of things. You can't say that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why people do that.
I can
Same
tell
goes
you.
for like subbies. Like when some people, like when they see how many subs you have, it's also the same. Some are like, you don't have many subs, you don't have many followers, or you don't have many viewers, and some people just don't know. Some people ignore that, want to be... I sometimes feel like they want the attention. They want the bonk. Like they want, I don't know, to be the mean one at that moment, because like this, they get the attention from the streamer and they know that they had an impact on us. Because they're not capable of having a positive impact, so they just go for the negative one.
Exactly. Just to make themselves feel good. It's like an ego boost. What's even more audacious is that they left for a while, and then I guess they did a stream themselves, and then they came back and they rated her stream with like 9 viewers or something like that. And then they say, here, this will get your number up. And I was like, oh, what?
I would have said 5. I expected more.
I did say that, like, your CCV is a little low there, buddy, don't you think?
Yeah, like what? Aw. And they're not even having like the backbone to actually come with like an army of people, you know, to actually raise a point, but being like this, oh no.
It was so bad. She like, well, she didn't argue, but she made like a statement and then she just banned him afterwards. She was like, honestly, I should have banned him earlier, but he was following me for a long time, so I was kind of hesitant, but I shouldn't have been hesitant with that because I'm not gonna let him like ruin my mood, because we're like only an hour into this stuff with and I'm like, yeah, bro, that was crazy. But
yeah.
Some people, I wish I had that much audacity in my life, because if I had that much of a backbone, I don't know, I would be taking over the world at this point.
At least we wouldn't be in the freaking Twitch chat trolling and stuff and being like mean. We would actually do something smart.
Exactly, because like if you're gonna talk that big, you better come back with like 2,000 viewers coming in or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But this is why some people have follower only or what is it, sub only chats and stuff like that, so that stuff like that wouldn't happen again. Although I don't think I would ever do that, a sub or follower only chat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sub only I don't like, because then it's like limited on you give me money and then you can write me. I mean, I can understand why you would do that, but that's just not my goal in general with streaming. And I also don't do follower only because we had a really big collab group at the beginning, and we did many raids, like raiding each other. And I didn't like that they at least could say hi and write me before they follow, but instead of like having to follow me to just say hi and then they leave again. Like I wanted them to be free to choose if they want to stay or not.
Mm-hmm. You didn't want to force that on them or anything.
Yeah.
The audacity of some people is just crazy. Oh, chat, I wanted to let you guys know that we have yet another Phasmo player on the show today.
Yes. We suffered so much yesterday, I cannot.
What was the most memorable moment you had?
When I died instantly, when I went inside, the time I went down, and the first thing the ghost did was killing me.
Was this still on amateur mode?
Mm-hmm.
You went in and died instantly?
Mm-hmm. After the timer was done, the ghost decided to kill us all in seconds.
Everybody? That must have been one aggro demon then. Was it a demon?
Yeah. No, I think it was was it the Revenant thingy? What was it called?
Revenant?
Yeah, I think it was Revenant. I think it was him, I can't remember.
And after it killed one person, it killed another in the same hunt, or did it just hunt again?
I think it just hunted immediately after they went back inside.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, you had a chain hunting Revenant? What in the glitch is that? Because I know
Chain and Oni? I can't remember anymore what it was.
Oh, yeah, an Oni can chain hunt. Oh gosh, and here goes like the little details when it comes to ghosties. Because I think an Oni can't hunt like that fast. Like you would have to be low sanity. A Revenant can hunt at high sanity, and a demon can hunt at any sanity. Sometimes that stuff is so confusing.
I just love dying. We had a joke before the update when we always played that I'm actually a ghost. So I'm always the first one dying and keep playing as a ghost. So like I was never really surviving anything. I'm pretty fast in dying.
I don't die often. I do get very unlucky. There are moments where I should have died, but didn't. Like my first demonologist collab was with Zeru, actually. The VTuber that I just raided. I played Phasmophobia with her and her friend Dodonki, and I was with my friend Maki, and we were all playing, and we were kind of trying to teach them the game too, because they never really played before. And there was one moment where she was like, oh, how do we know if the ghost is hunting or not? And I said, well, just like Phasmo, we won't be able to open a door. And right when I said that, I was trying to open a door and it wasn't opening, but the ghost didn't make any sound and we didn't see or hear it, which was scary because Maki was like, hey, Matcha, can you open a door so we can go? And I was like, Maki, the door won't open. Maki, the door won't open. It's not, I think it's hunting. She was like, no way. And then the lights started flickering.
No, no.
Because we didn't know. We were in the house for like a minute. And we were all gonna leave because I was like, oh, sorry guys, I forgot the EMF detector. So I had to go back out and get it. And they were like, oh, okay, let's all just go just to make sure we have everything before we come back in. And then the ghost just like, no, I don't think you're going anywhere. And then that's when I think that was the first time during that whole entire session that we lost Zeru. Because I think it went straight for her.
I think the only big thing that happened for me was the 1 hour prison run.
1 hour?
Yeah, we couldn't find the ghost and I couldn't find the way out.
The prison is a maze.
Yeah, and I was stuck in there because I couldn't find the way out, and it took me a while to finally find a pattern and how the rooms are and stuff, and yeah, it was roughly like with getting out there, finally going for the ghost room and the ghost killing me, it was like an hour or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like also I found the room, the ghost killed me, and then that was the end.
I guess it is very tricky because if you try to go to the prison and you're looking for fingerprints, but if the ghost is like in that one spot is it the cafeteria? It's like the cell block. If you you
Mhm.
can't really find fingerprints because there's no light switches or windows over there.
Yeah.
So
But
that
I mean,
one's
now
tricky.
it's different finally with the footprints, that the footprints finally count as actually fingerprints.
Oh, they do?
Like when they go step through the salt, it actually counts now as fingerprint evidence. So when you see footsteps, like you would always see footsteps, but they didn't count, and now they do count.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they changed some type of items. The only thing that's really annoying is that you at the beginning you have low equipment, so they put in different stages of equipment, and you need to level your account up to get new equipment. So the camera you have right now looks like a 1900 camera, first camera ever. You can't see anything. It looks like you're looking through milk. And now search for orbs. It was interesting, and also the items are not accurate. Like they need a long time. For example, the temperature, you don't have the breathing anymore. So you do have breathing as a sign that there's like colder temperature, but that it's not the sign of freezing temperature. And then you need to wait for the thermometer to go down, and that needs a while. So you need to lay it down in the room until it really falls down to like the minus temperatures. And then you have the EMF, who looks really weird. And normally what we would have done is like putting the EMF on the ground, and then, you know, you can see the lights and which number it is and stuff. Now the EMF looks so old that you need to take it in the hand to see which freaking number is on there, and it's making really bad sounds. It's not like, it sounds like just an old machine stuff. So they kind of make you level up, so you finally get the EMF that we actually had before. So it's not even like new equipment that is like new, cool, more advanced. It's like now you got bad equipment and you need to climb the level ladder up to the normal equipment you had before.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do that?
And it took us, like, yesterday, I think 2 hours to finally figure out, like one of us figured it out, how to put items on the list and how to take just one item off and put just one item in and stuff like that.
Yeah, their item UI was, I liked the old one. I liked it before they got the little computer monitoring. That was so confusing.
Yeah, and now it's even more weird because they have different layouts too. And I don't know, I'm not just not a fan of the update. I kind of, and they updated last week every day. They had to every day put in an update of fixing stuff. I don't know, but 7 days of updates.
Oh my gosh. I know when Demonologist first got its update, they got an update, like each update that they've been doing, each new update gives you another map. So they've been doing another map every update, which is very surprising because there's so many small details in these maps. I'm surprised that they're able to update it this often. But the one update, the most recent one that gave you the Asylum, which was one of their biggest updates because they were also updating the equipment. Steam itself also had an update, broke the game.
Aww.
Because you couldn't play with people though, because all of the servers for Demonologists were just non-existent. Like it was like the game was conflicting with Steam.
Yeah, I see.
So it took like 7 to 10 days for them to try to figure out how to fix it. And I know that they felt pressured because people were wanting to play the new map. It was going to be their biggest map ever. They hyped it up a lot just for Steam to be like, nah.
I mean, Phasmo is not feeling any pressure. Like, new map, what is that?
And if Phasmo does come up with another map, it's probably just going to be like a really big map that you got to play with a lot of friends. They need more like
yeah, this time
maps.
100 rooms or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, when I first went into prison, I was like, what is this? Where am I? What is everything? Especially like, I don't know, sometimes in Phasmo, you 100% cannot tell if a ghost is hunting yet until they're close to you, because some of them are so quiet. Because I got hunted in the cell block because a ghost was coming out of a cell, and I didn't even realize it till they almost clapped my cheeks, and I was so scared. I had to run around in circles. I had to run in a circle around a pillar. I just wanted to cry. And then I like went and ran into one of my teammates, and I got him killed on accident because he was like, "What are you running from?" I was like, "It's behind me." He was like, "Where?" And then he died. And I was like, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I think my worst fear when it comes to those games is like, oh, you're gonna walk out the door and then it just closes the door on you.
Oh, yeah, like you're standing right in front of it. Is he hunting? Are you guys done? Can we go? Can we go? And then the door just shuts and you're like, okay, well, we die.
Yeah, because when I played Demonologist with Maki one day, this one ghost had killed her. And then my friend was at the door. I was like, okay, Matcha, you can go now. It's not hunting anymore. And then I was like, okay. So I walked 2 steps out of my hiding spot and they were like, never mind. It closed the door again. Hide again. And I was like, okay. And then they're like, oh, okay, it's done. Never mind. It's hunting again. I was like, no, leave. It was so bad. Especially in Demonologist, you can't necessarily hide from the ghost, but if you stop moving, it won't know where you are. Except for, of course, that one ghost that knows where you are all the time, but we ain't got to talk about that. Point being, we need to play Phasma or Demonologist together.
Yeah, definitely.
And try not to die immediately.
Yeah, I have problems with that, okay?
It's okay.
You can teach me how to demonologist. You can train me in that.
Yay! You don't have to level up your equipment or anything.
Yes, finally. I just need my brain. Okay, cool.
The only thing about it is that there are environmental jump scares, which can somewhat fool you a little bit. It can be a little bit jabaity because there's one environmental jump scare where the actual ghost in that place will manifest right next to you. You might think that it's a bit of evidence, but it's not. It's just the environment trying to troll you. And that's all it'll do is scare you. But it does respond to your voice.
You say that.
Oh,
the ghost just spawns right next to you. Just don't mind it. It's an environmental thing. It's okay.
But there is no, like, they don't use sage, but instead you have a crucifix instead. So you can't, like, spam click it and waste it. So that's a good thing. You do have a salt circle, which you can somewhat spam click and waste, but it just stays there. It's not a limited amount of time. It's weird, but I'm gonna have to show you at some point because it's really good. I'm not really that good at the game, but
it's okay. So we can do it together. We can figure it out.
Don't mind us, just 2 celestial beings trying to survive against demons.
Yeah, casual day. What do you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no salt until level 8. Oh yeah, you can't get that until level 8, but it's fine. Cause, well, yeah, I mean, I can use it. You can only carry 1 per mission anyway. Oh, and did you guys know that in Demonologist, like for example, you can't unlock some maps until you're a certain level, but I can grandfather people into maps. Like if I'm the leader and I choose a map, but you're technically not supposed to go into a certain map because your level is so low, I can take you to the map with me anyway.
You can just steal us into like high level maps, okay?
I did that with my friend. She was level 2 and I was level 40. And I was like, hey, you want to see the asylum map? And she's like, sure.
No, and she was never seen again.
Yeah, she got lost and she died. Like, she was right behind me and then I turned around and I was like, where did you go? And she was like, I don't know where I am. And I was like, oh, it's hunting. And then she died. And I felt so bad. Oh my gosh, we've been talking about ghost games for 45 minutes.
It's the important stuff, you know?
Exactly, you know, priorities for us cozy streamers.
True. Oh gosh.
Oh, do you consider yourself a cozy streamer or like more variety?
Comfy variety, I normally say. Like, even when we play horror games, like, I'm not like, you know, the try-hard, creepy pasta person. I'm just being like comfy, running around.
Oh, I always love it when I'm like, all right, guys, time for a cozy stream today. Demonologist.
I played Plague Tale, and of course, under comfy. And every time something bad happened, I looked up in the sky and we had this running joke being like, "Oh, look at the pretty clouds! Oh my gosh, it's such good weather here! Oh my!" And like right in front of me, there was just a massacre, and they were killing each other, and I was just being like, "Oh wow, it looks so pretty! The weather is so nice! I hope it's not raining."
Oh no!
Like, in general, I play everything, but we tried. Like, we have more. I want to have the option to play like just farming, comfy games. You know, just trying out everything that I like.
Yeah, I haven't really had games. I had games that I forgot about, not necessarily games I dislike, because I do play like everything. I'll play Overwatch, I'll play Apex, I'll play any spoopy games, World War Z. I play a lot of Warframe. Oh, I love Warframe so much. Yeah, there's not really a genre that I avoid. I play more Stardew on stream than anything though. Stardew Valley. It's great.
Like, because I didn't play for too long now, like I like to try out what I actually like to play, so I'm open for everything.
What's your favorite so far, if you have one?
I don't want to say my favorite is Overwatch because it's a lot of rage. But it's the one game I'm currently playing a lot.
I've been an Overwatch junkie at this point for like, please don't demonetize me. I've been playing Overwatch for like 6 or 7 years now.
Oh damn. I only started with Overwatch 2 and I have already too many hours in this game.
Yeah, I have a problem. I never recommend the game. I play that game all the time. I played it right before this interview.
No,
I was like, I mean, I would need that Ana skin, okay?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, I played competitive today again. It went like you would expect it to went in Overwatch, and I just can't stop. I need to have my Overwatch rounds, and it's one of the shooters I like to play. Like, I tried Apex. Apex is for me way too messy. Like, I have a bad map vision, and Apex is just too much stuff wiggling happening, too big of a map. I can't. And we sometimes play a bit of Fortnite, like the no build mode. But there you have the auto aim from controller player, so it's not really that fun. And then I played Destiny for like some shooter experience, but the Destiny era is kind of, at least for me, I know many people still like to play it, but for me it's kind of over. And like, it feels like you have to do too much stuff to reach anywhere because like such a big game, and you know, for years going on. So the only game I can casually play is kind of Overwatch, where I can have like a shooter type of game with different abilities. You have so many different characters, you can train different kind of tactics and stuff. So I like playing Overwatch, but I just don't like playing Overwatch at the same time.
Honestly, same. I like how in Overwatch your abilities 100% matter. Like in Apex, your abilities kind of matter, but your aim kind of matters more. But like almost half the roster of Overwatch don't even have to aim. But if you misuse your abilities, you could cost your team like the whole everything.
Yeah. Like wasting your ult at spawn.
I have misclicked ults so many times, and I've nanoed the wrong people so many times.
Yeah, like I'm a Mercy who flies out of spawn. Whoopsie, sorry.
I try to save Mercies that fly off the map because I'm a support main, so I always watch my second support. My second support is my first priority for healing and for covering. So if my Mercy flies off the map, like I'm gonna walk to the edge to go get her. And I'm always a person that if my Mercy dies, I go get her from spawn. I taxi Mercies all the time.
No, that's so sweet.
I also have more hours in the Mercy than anyone, so I know the struggle of your team not paying attention to you.
Yeah, like especially in the new maps where you have to walk a long way and everybody's just zooming off and you're standing in spawn being like, excuse me, hello, somebody, please.
Like, excuse me, it looks like I'm about to turn into Moira.
Yeah, exactly. There's always Mercy never switched to anybody else than a freaking Moira. Like, as Mercy, you're still like, I'm supporting you guys, I'm healing you guys, and when you can't do your stuff, I'm getting Moira and freaking damage.
Exactly. I've seen that so many times. There was one game I was playing where the Mercy did feel that way, and she was like, she went straight for Moira, and I was still Ana. So when she coalesced, I just nattoed her. I was like, she said, screw the rest of the team. I was like, oh, looks like I'm gonna turn into a heal bot. I never minded though, because I understand. I completely get it. Oh my gosh. So do you main Mercy? Well, I don't know if you play.
Yeah.
Okay. That's who else you remind me of. The mage skin for Mercy. She also has like a white witch outfit.
Oh, yeah, I know that one because I'm having it on right now. Playing her with that skin.
It makes sense. It all comes together. I have more hours in the Mercy than any other character, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I main her though, because I switch depending on the situation. I've been playing more Ana right now than anybody.
Yeah, I'm just too dumb for Ana. I'm not. No. I'm not. I can't aim with Ana. I don't know how to Ana. I don't get it.
I don't know how to Ana.
I don't know. I'm more panicking and trying to survive instead of like actually helping the team. I don't know how to play her. I don't get it.
You shoot and you sleep. And
yeah, but did you think that my sleep dart ever is hitting anybody? Like, I'm darting the sky rather than my teammate, like with the enemy team. You have a son, Ana, shooting the sleep dart at her own mates.
Oh no! I think I make about 30% of my sleeps. But that's because sometimes I sleep things that don't need to be slept. Like there's a Rhine coming out of their own spawn, I just sleep them on accident. I'm like, whoopsies.
Like, I have the thing that I just move my mouse upwards with Ana, what makes absolutely no sense. So when somebody's in front of me, I just shoot my sleep dart, but instead I'm like kind of aiming upwards and shooting it over people. I don't know. I just can't. I panic too much with her.
And you don't panic with Mercy at all? I feel like Mercy is one of the most stressful characters to play
playing
sometimes.
her, like, I'm playing her since the beginning. So I'm way too comfy with Mercy. Like, I can't play her while I'm sleeping. Like, I don't know.
I've been called some very interesting things while I've played Mercy.
Huh?
Yeah, like there was one game I played and someone told me to like KYS because I was playing Mercy because they couldn't kill me.
My gosh, then learn how to play the game.
Exactly. And the one thing I said was like, have you tried shooting me?
Yeah, like, hell, like, oh, when you can't kill a Mercy, then something is wrong with your skill. It's not with the Mercy.
Exactly, but I think it's because it was a soldier on the enemy team and they tried to use their visor to kill me and I swooped behind the wall or I swooped behind my tank.
I hate the sound when I press my Q and I hear this freaking, I got you on my side. Oh, that's hunting me at night.
It's always that or like a Junkrat rip tire.
Oh, yeah. And you can hear, like, you're already flying away, like, really far from your teammates, and you still hear this coming after you.
And you already know, like, this man is gonna hit, like, some sort of no-scope 360 with his rip tire, and it's gonna somehow hit me while I'm in the skybox.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, while I played Kiriko at one point, and there was a Junkrat directly in front of me. Like, he's one concussion mine away from killing me. And then he summons his Riptire, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill me. And then the Riptire goes right past me. So I stop everything I'm doing and look, and then he goes to our spawn and kills our Mercy.
Wow.
And I'm in a confined space with the dude. Like, he can kill me if he wanted to. So when after he did his Riptire, he just looked at me and he said, hi. And I'm like, don't hi me, just Mercy. And then he just walked right past me, and I just stared at him.
Yeah. Like, some people are so cool, especially when you play like a support character and everybody dies and you're standing in the middle of the enemy team and you just be like, hi. Like, you're not dangerous or anything. And then there are those try-hard people sometimes who just shoot you out of life, and I'm just being like, I was standing. You don't need to be proud of yourself. Like, I didn't even try anything, and you just shoot at me while I say freaking hi to the rest of your team.
Like, wow, you shot a still target. Good for you.
Same for, like, I normally go into deathmatch and stuff like that to see in competitive which kind of game rank we have, because it's like backed and stuff. And then in deathmatch, I'm normally just emoting or standing around or just, I don't know, flying around. And then there you have those people like I'm standing or just emoting with echo, like surfing my way through the map. And then you have those people who come at you and try hard to kill you. And I'm like, why? This is deathmatch. What are you trying to do?
Oh my gosh. People are just like very sweaty for no reason.
Yeah, and then in-game they fail because they have no map knowledge or in-game knowledge. They just know how to shoot.
Exactly. There was a game that I was playing, and I don't know what was going. I think the enemy Hanzo, I think he was stuck in his animation, the little sushi eating animation. So he was like sitting there in the middle of the fight. So surprisingly, we all like avoided him while he was stuck in his animation. We just didn't try to kill him. And then he came back from his animation that he was stuck in it again. So we were just avoiding this one Hanzo, and his teammate was like pushing him off to the side, like out of the way. And in the lobby chat, he was like, my button is stuck. My keyboard button is stuck, and I keep getting stuck in this emo pose. Give me 1 second and I'll get it fixed. So he just stuck. This poor Hanzo, he couldn't move because every time he got out of the animation, he kept going back into it.
And I mean, that's like the cool part of the community, but the other half of the community is really like toxic or think they are doing like the amazing job, but instead they're just, I don't know, soloing and playing quite bad for like, especially in competitive, because like privately I'm playing more competitive. On stream I play more like casual with everybody. So you have always those people who think they are like genius or the best soldier or whatever, and instead they're just really a problem in the team, but then they just spam or write really weird commands or what we should do or how bad we are, and they are going out of this match with like 2, 8, 20 or something as stats or something like that, and they still say like they were the best or they did an amazing job and we all just, I don't know, suck or something. I just don't get why yeah, I just don't get why, especially now where a lot of people stepped out of Overwatch, it just got worse because the only ones that are left are those people who, I don't know, now think it's their chance to become amazing players.
Exactly, they want to be the next Overwatch streamer or something.
Yeah.
Chat says the Doom that rushes in and dies and complains about no healing. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, like just always like going in by themselves, like soloing everything, and then when they be back at spawn, like, where's my heal? Excuse me, didn't heal. Where are my healers? My healers. We all like having like 10k hero. Like, yeah, of course, we're not healing. We just, I don't know, stand around. I don't know what you're doing, but we're just sitting in a corner and do nothing. Right? True. Sorry.
I love every time that there's a Doom on the enemy team, I always try to go Ana, because once he rushes into the team, I'll just like throw my kit at him and then he dies. And that's happened in one match like 3 times, and then the Doom complained about healing. And I'm like, bro, you're running into my sleep darts. So you're just taking a nap in front of my whole team, and you have the audacity to think that one of your healers is gonna come in with you. They're not dumb.
Yeah, many people don't understand the anagram. Like, spamming heal while they're like infected with the grain, and I'm like, how? Well, what should I do? I have a stick, and I hold the stick onto ya, and when I can't heal you, I can't heal you, and when I heal you, that's the specific amount I can heal. I can't make you magically full life again. That's not happening.
I have a stick.
Yeah, like that's it. What I can do, like as Mercy, that's basically what I can do. I need to dodge like 5 teammates that are going after me because I'm so freaking dangerous. So I'm busy flying, and I'm holding a stick on you. And if you can't deal with the outcome of the stick and it's not helping you, that's not my problem. That's all I can do. You need to handle this your own. I don't know.
Exactly. Have you ever have a teammate ever been mad at you for playing Mercy?
A lot.
Really?
They always say I should switch, play a main healer, or what are they called? Like they have different kind of group of healers, and I should play a main healer, or I should boost them more, or I should pocket them, or I'm doing, I don't know, I'm not healing enough. Me with 20k, but okay. Like I got many complaints about me playing Mercy and not healing them at the right moment while they're on the other side of the map.
They just expect you to fly over and just be with them all the time.
Yeah, literally, like they're running nearly to the enemy spawn, and then they start spamming heal me, and I'm like at our spawn and being like, how? I now boost myself over to the other side of the map. True, that's what I can do.
Thank you for the follow, Battle Bears or Beans? Oh, I'm so dyslexic. Battle Bears, there we go.
Battle Bears.
I absolutely hate it when someone asks me for a pocket at the beginning of the match. Because there was a Pharah, and Pharah was like, you should pocket me because I'm Pharah. And I was like, you should do good.
Yeah, like some are so bad at flying, and following them makes no sense because when you're the better flyer one, like better at flying around, and they just fly in like rooms or something, where I'm like, okay, how the hell should I follow you now? Like you're hiding behind walls or in rooms or anything. We should be up here so I can follow you and pocket you, and you're just running off all the time and I don't pocket you.
Or they float right in front of the Widow.
No, yeah, like a Widow. Like it's like you ping the Widow, okay? Everybody knows, okay, there's a Widow. What do? They run one by one into the Widow spot. Like, there's a Widow. Hello, guys, it's okay. And then they die, and they die. And some people need such a long time to learn, like, that it reached their brain that there's a Widow and that they should not run there.
Yeah, or I'm just like, dude, no matter how much I heal you, I cannot heal a one-shot, and I can't heal stupid.
Yeah, especially I can't heal stupid. That's a big point.
And they were like,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, and they're like, the Widow is a huge issue. We should deal with her. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't run directly in front of her. I don't know. Like, that's an idea. Because they're just like,
yeah, maybe you shouldn't stand still.
Exactly, because they're just like, wow, this Widow's not missing her shot. Yeah, she's not gonna miss her shot if you run into her crosshair.
Yeah. I don't know, especially like widows and stuff. And then you have like some damage, and you're like, I'm always starting kind and chat being like, hey, would you mind to switch? Like, it's currently not helpful, or I can't heal you that well. Maybe you could suggest of switching the character because you have like 10 damage after like 5 minutes of game. Maybe it would be nice if you could switch. And then they're being like, no, I'm good, I'm doing well, you guys suck, I don't know what the problem is, I'm doing so good. And the whole team, we had it once that the whole team said, please switch, you're ruining the game. Because we couldn't win because this person was just, I don't know, playing a different game. I don't know what they did. They were not in Overwatch. And we were like, please switch the character, we're gonna win easily then. When we have like a second damage, who just gives the last bit of damage in, you know? And they refused, and they blamed it on all of us that we all didn't do enough damage, not enough healing, our tank was bad. And the whole team was like, okay, well, thank you for messing up this game. I hope you have a good day. obviously he was the problem, or the person was the problem, and they were just so full of themselves and not just switching. Like, even though when you try out a champ, like I don't, in like casual playing, I don't have a problem when you try out a champ, but at like, I always say after like at least 3 times of dying in early game, like pretty fast, or if you really, really do bad at the beginning, then just switch to a champ that you can play and everything is fine. You don't need to play the champ you can't play at the bitter end of the game. So we all suffer through this whole game.
Because of what they're doing.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, of course, I also try out champs. I also sometimes play a Widow. And after a minute, when I notice this is not it, it's going not good, then I switch to something else. My goodness.
Right. Even though you could just say like, oh, I'm getting practice in. I do that a lot. Like, I'm okay with Widow. She's not my main. Symmetra is my main. I have more hours in the Symmetra than anybody, but then sometimes I'm like, let me try out somebody else. But if I'm just dying too much, I'm just like, okay, nah, maybe I'm the issue. Let me just switch to something else, see if that works. But every time I switch to something else, my something else is going back to Symmetra. And then burning the whole enemy team, and then everybody getting mad. Everybody on the enemy team.
Yeah, I'm normally always starting with the character that I'm not playing casually. Just because I think, okay, maybe today is the day, I don't know, I can play a Mei or whoever it is, Widow. And when it's not working the first minutes, I just switch to something that I can play, and then we're good.
Yeah, people should learn to step back when they're getting agitated or tilted. Oh, yeah. I should also, like, if I'm getting, like, mad at the game, which rarely happens, I don't even know why, I would just, I'm gonna play something else. Or I'm just not gonna play this character or something. I do actually step back when I'm getting too rage focused on the game. But if my teammates are getting really, really tilted, I'm just like, all right, we're probably gonna lose this. Cause I think once a teammate gets tilted, that's kind of it.
Or they start writing while they play because they're like mad and toxic, and then they start writing each other and they're always standing still while they do that. And I'm like, okay, that's not helping at all. Like, now we lost because you guys are busy writing.
I did that once to a Widow. I was writing to a Widow in the middle of overtime. Like, literally, this is the last overtime, so whoever wins this overtime wins the match. And there was a Widow, like, in the far, far back getting picks while her tank was, like, on the point. So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna debate this Widow. So I wrote in the lobby chat, I was like, hey, Widow, why are you cheating? And then the Widow stopped and started typing, and I was Kiriko, so I climbed up the wall and killed her.
Oh, wow, it was such a good play then.
We ended up winning because of that, because they just lost their last DPS, so we just killed the tank, because people were scared to peek because of the Widow. And I was like, I just need her to stop and read. And then
she should have written back, like, tricked.
I was like, my bad, Widow, but it had to be done.
That is so good.
I only did that once. I never thought about doing that again, but that's the only time where a Widow was gonna cost us overtime. It was a casual game, so it was like so unnecessary, but I was surprised that it worked.
Oh, I'm a mercy that hunts widows. So I'm like, always when my team can't kill a widow, it's my job to go for it. I'm like, let's do this.
I always
then
try
I'm abandoning
on
my team and just go.
Hey, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Especially if your
like
tank
a widow
is
that
like...
is confused, like looking around being confused because you shoot them from above and they didn't expect it. It's awesome.
Right? Especially if your tank refuses to switch to like a dive tank to get the Widow.
Yeah.
I always go Ana or Kiriko when it comes to Widows. Especially, I've been doing great with Kiriko lately. Because they don't really expect you to climb up next to them and just bonk them in the head and leave. But I think it's because Kiriko could teleport, whereas Ana is like, I have to out-snipe this Widow, but I also have to heal my team. There was one time in chat, though, I was like, if no one gets this Widow, I'm switching Moira and I'm not healing anybody. At least I gave him a warning. I'm proud of that.
Sometimes you just have to.
Exactly. Oh, for our next question in the interview, after talking about games for like an hour, what is one thing during your VTuber journey that you're extremely proud of? Like whether that be a goal, something you designed, a playthrough that went really well, not counting the Phasma one, obviously.
I know, no. I think it was actually my birthday stream. We had a big event. It was my first Sabathon, and it was like a 3-day event. Every day was like 12 hours around. I think it was a bit longer. Like around like 12, and then the rest hours up to 20. No, that makes no sense. It was a long stream, okay, over some days. and I don't know, as like a small streamer, you're always a bit scared that like, chat is empty, or the subathon is not going, or the goals are boring, or that kind of stuff. And I can say those stream days were the most fun and amazing days I had. Everybody of my chat was there. We had a great time. We were able to play community events. We were able to do so many things, and it was a crazy time, and it was so much fun. So I would say like how my chat has grown is like the most amazing and proud thing I can say during my journey. Like I'm so proud when there are people in chat who enjoy the time with each other or with me on stream, and that's like for me the best thing.
Aw, that's so nice.
I don't know, I'm very, very community focused. So I'm like, that's my goal. I don't care about if we have like thousands of viewers when nobody's writing. I don't care if I have, I don't know, I get a lot of money, or I mean, it's nice to grow and gain an income with VTubing, but at the end, like, my important point is having actually people in chat and having the community, because without the community nothing is working. Like, yeah. I don't want to sit there every day and talk to myself. That's not my goal. I don't need to stream for that. Like, I want the people, and that's the most. It was some really crazy stream days, and that was really cool.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to plan a subathon. I have no idea when I would do it.
It's so scary, and I see like so many big people abusing it because they can just do it. Like, they do it like some month, and they don't really stream in between. Like, they're always just planning a new subathon, and it's their only content. Yeah. I just think that's really sad.
That is, because I do want to have a connection with my community. Oh, speaking of communities, this also goes into artistic insights. How would you describe your ideal community?
Definitely comfy. That's always a question you ask already, right? In the I can't remember how I answered it there, but I definitely aim for like a positive, comfy community. I'm not the best with joking and trolling, so that's not my type, but I want us to be able to come into stream and know that we can have fun together, that it's like a safe space for everybody, and that you can just talk about your day, or if your day was bad, that I am there and can support you, and that if, for example, I have it's both ways around, and that we can just, I don't like to use the word family, because like I'm not part of your family. I'm not like that private with chat, but you know, like this community feeling of having a place where I can go after work, or after, I don't know, studying, or having a rough day, that there's like a community where you can go to. And I'm very positive always on stream, and that I can make you like happy, or give you a little bit of a smile every day, and that would be a really cool community to have. I don't need more.
Aww. That's true. If I were to describe the community or my ideal community, which is currently my community, I want people that are open-minded into my community, very curious people, because a lot of my content, or I guess on YouTube, is more so video essays and lore discussions on different games and stuff. So I just want people that take gaming and art as seriously as I do, more so.
Yeah, and that are like open for new things. Like I'm okay if you like only play Genshin all day long, but that you're still open to like look into new things if you like it or not, or if you're gonna do it in private. I don't mind. But like just to be open to look into new stuff and learn new things.
Exactly, because like life is so boring if you do the same thing over and over again, and I think that's one of my little fears when it came to streaming. I don't want to, like, for example, if I make like a really cute play or something on Overwatch or whatever, and then that clip or something goes viral, and then people are only here just for Overwatch content, because I don't want to play Overwatch as a job, honestly. Not a competitive game, at least. I would love to play something more cozy, but I don't want to get bored doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. That's why variety is so hard on Twitch. I mean, I can understand why. Like, obviously, I would also search for like somebody who's playing a game that I know, at least at the beginning. But some people just forget that streaming is actually also about the people, and you really fast tend to always jump in on the game trend that's currently going, or if a new game got released and stuff like that. Instead, that you hope that people just enjoy what you're doing right now and don't mind the game. But that's like a really hard thing on the platform, I would say.
Yeah, that's why people always say like, oh, you gotta like promote your stream on other platforms, but that's like easier said than done.
Yeah, especially because we're so many. Like, what does it help me to just post my link everywhere so more people see? I mean, yeah, more people see me, but then they stop by, they drop a follow, and then they never appear again because I'm actually not that type of streamer, maybe, or I just played a game that they didn't like, and then the next day they forget about me and I disappear in their follower list.
Right.
Like, that's also not my goal, so...
It isn't, but it's good to like, I guess that's where focusing on the numbers can be pretty toxic for your mental health. Speaking of the numbers, our next topic is going to be economy and finance. Have you ever had a moment where the numbers did affect your mental health?
At the moment. I don't know. Do you know about the summer hole that many streamers talk about?
I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't know the details of it.
Yeah, so it's just basically because during the summer vacations, many people go on holidays, do something else, having fun, in real life. It normally happens that the numbers can drop during that time because like everybody's away on vacation and stuff. And it hit me very hard this year. So especially after my really good birthday month, like that was insane, highest numbers I ever had, so many people coming in, we had so many really good streams. And then the holidays started and my numbers dropped pretty low. And what is still fine, there's still the people always in chat saying at least hi, you know, they're still there, but the lurkers and stuff really dropped. And I currently have a lot of streams that only have like 5 average views and stuff. And that can frustrate you a lot, especially when you were working towards a higher number, or you had like a goal to get somewhere higher to, for example, plan different kind of events. When you just have more people in chat, you can plan different kind of things. And then the last month especially, my numbers dropped pretty hard. Even though streams were still super fun and we played some really amazing games, but it still makes you sometimes really sad to see that. And it's you never say that like it's okay, they're all on vacation, of course nobody's there. Some streamers, like really big streamers, for example, have a vacation during that time, so they don't stream, they also go on a vacation because they know that their numbers gonna drop because nobody's really watching around that time, so they're just gonna skip that time, have a real life, and then they come back to streaming. And it's just sometimes feel a bit depressing because you always put it on yourself, not on they're on vacation. You always say, okay, I wasn't entertaining enough. I wasn't, I don't know, giving enough input. I wasn't, it's always like this, it's my fault instead of like, it was just a bad day or they had different things to do or whatever. I think that's the worst thing about stream, when you get into this loop of thinking, I need to change something, I need to think about something different, I need to, and then it's pretty hard on your mental health.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. Although I know I'm like not at the point where I should be too worried about numbers and stuff, but I guess like in your case you had like, oh, this is the biggest numbers I ever had, and I guess you just felt disappointed that you couldn't keep them. But the economy around things that happen affects streamers more than people think. Especially with the new school year starting, not as many people have the time to stop by at certain times when a streamer is actually like streaming and stuff.
Yeah, and also when you like, for example, I'm working and studying still kind of full time, so I can't decide my streaming times. Like I have to stream at the time I have a slot free for streaming, and even though it's not the best time for all of chat, or I don't know, for the English community, I still need to take that slot. I don't have a different option, or I can't stream 6 hours totally hyped and crazy talking because I was like talking at work all the day, or I'm exhausted from the day. I still love like running around in a game, but I can't be like super hyper than other streamers can be because they actually, I don't know, are just students having free time, or just school, or they're not working, they only have streaming, or there's so many options. Some people forget that I still have like a real life where I actually also have to talk or be active. And also that I think also a really hard thing on me is like that I'm not having a VTuber model, even though I'm raising the flag for PNG tubers. But you often think about the fact that you don't have a model. Many people just come for a model because they see you move. You're more realistic to be like an actual individuum instead of just a PNG that's jumping up and down. Or they can just, I don't know, they feel more attached to you if you have like a full built model and you're moving and you can make expressions. And that's also a thing that sometimes comes to the mind as something I should work for that. I need that, but it's still like an expensive thing. It's still not everybody can afford a model, or I have a pretty high quality standard already after like 2 years, so I wouldn't start with like a model that doesn't fit my standards. And my standards have gotten pretty high after all these streaming months and stuff. So I need, like, for me personally, I would need a model that is pretty expensive, and I can't just do that. Like I cannot afford it. And we often had the moments in chat, like I said, where like people were like, is that a model? Do you have a model? When you want to be a VTuber, when you're getting a model, when you're getting rigged, and I'm just like, no, I'm not getting rigged. And then you don't see them again because they lose interest in you just because you're not having a VTuber model.
I think that well, honestly, if somebody is just sticking around because if somebody leaves because you don't have a rigged model, then maybe you just don't need that person in your community.
Yeah, that's always the thing that you need to remember, like, that the stuff you do is perfectly valid. If you love what you're doing and you're having fun, it's perfect. You don't even need a model. You don't even need to have something on your stream, even if it's just your voice. And for example, I have a really, really amazing person in my chat who's not only just lurking, has a little image, and is not talking on stream. And she's doing amazing, and she's lovely, and has her community and everything, and it's just doing a wonderful job and having fun time and streaming since so long and so consistent and everything. And that is working out, and it's perfectly fine. And I don't like people judging always on other people just because we are not Hololive or not Niji or not, you know, all these amazing giant VTubers who are streaming, what many people forget, for such a long time, or when they started streaming, they had so many big friends behind them pushing them up, or already are into a agency or something like that. They're getting like a bit of help to get there where they are right now. And it's okay to not be one of them, or not to aim to be one of them.
That's true, because that talk has been going around because of the Opera GX VTuber that came out.
Or where everybody was like, oh, she got pushed with the numbers and everything and promoted.
Yeah, I think one thing that people fail to remember is that Opera GX, first of all, was already like a meme product, because the people that market Opera GX had like a good sense of humor. They always use memes to promote their product, which is the browser, and the browser itself is a really good browser. I just had Google Chrome all my life, so it's just what I'm used to. If I were to choose another browser, it probably would be Opera GX, because it just takes not as many resources from your computer. But they also have to remember that the Opera GX model, I don't remember, I have to look up her name later, I forgot about it, but Aura, yeah, there we go, Aura GX. She was created and then somebody was casted to play her. So like that person that plays her now or is behind her VTuber model, they weren't always there. Like it was somebody chosen from the masses, and for all anybody knows, it could have been an indie VTuber that auditioned to play as Aura, and now they're bigger, and now they're getting these odd comments like, oh, you were pulled and pushed behind like this big company. Well, for all you know, she could have been like this small streamer that had like 100 followers and just so happened to win the audition, and now she got finally her big break that she could have been looking for years.
Yeah, and especially how she's streaming. I also thought she already streamed before, because she's at her first debut stream, she was way too casual and way too like, she streams like somebody who streamed already. But I mean, all agencies cast people, and they all get their thousands of numbers on Twitter, on Twitch, not because they have ever streamed before, just because they're part of, for example, this agency. That's so normal. Not everybody is, for example, a Shy Lily who worked herself up there. And it's normal. It's totally for agency cast people. And that's also why, surprisingly, every big VTuber can, for example, sing or has any kind of funny content, or you know, like they cast these people because those agencies, they're still organizations, or you know, they want people who do their job good. And it's not about those people getting pushed up, it's they getting a pushed up account and they play those characters. And when they, for example, graduate, some of those people start again as smaller VTubers, or don't stream at all because they had their big moments and their big contract, and then they're done with streaming. Like, I don't get people who rage after somebody who took or got the opportunity to be part of such a big project. Like, I was too late for the Aura assignment. But even I would have taken that. You have a fit income, you have a job you love, you have fun, you have a community. Let's go. Who would say no to such an opportunity? Besides, you just don't like those kind of things and you want to do it by yourself. That's totally fine. But there are a lot of people who would take that opportunity, and for me, it's just jealousy that they didn't got picked, or that they want to have such an amazing job and they just don't have it or something. I don't know, but I don't understand why you would go after Aura for that.
Yeah, it's not her fault. She just got, she has talent and she's lucky at the same time, because it does take a little bit of luck to get an opportunity like that. But it's not all luck, of course. She is a really cool person.
Yeah, and that's normal. That's life. It's especially on Twitch. There's so many big players, kinda, and when you got the opportunity, to get casted or anything. Like every casting, it's like everywhere. If it's a job casting, you're also not raging on somebody who won the job casting in like a normal, like a, I don't know, an office job or something that you wanted. Yeah, it's sad. Or in the model industry, yeah, it's sad. Next time or something else. Like I don't. It's the same. Like some people just forget that streaming in like those big global players is just for like it's like a market. It's not like the small indie variety streamers. Those people, they're getting a job and they have to do this job. And we're just here having a hobby or trying to become something bigger or being able to be like earning money by ourselves, having our little own brand or something. It's just, I don't know if it comes from Corona or something, or the whole thing that people just forget that streaming is not only about I press live and here I am and whoops, I got big. That's not a thing. That's not happening.
Right. It is like a ton of work. Like a ton of work if somebody wants to make it big like that. But a lot of people want to do it as a hobby. A lot of people want to make it big, but I think that even though the numbers are important, it shouldn't be someone's top priority and they shouldn't linger on someone else's success.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's such a trend kind of on Twitch to do that. It's like everywhere in life you have those moments where somebody is greater, bigger, better numbers, better opportunities. It's always like this. This is live. And it's the same on Twitch, like it's outside there. So I be happy for them, and when you like to watch them, go watch them. When you don't, then just don't. Then find your cute little small streamer and watch them. It's totally fine, but just don't go and get angry at somebody just for that.
Exactly, because all that time you're being angry, you can put your energy towards your own content.
Yeah, and especially also a lot of big streamers streaming for like, let's say 6 years. So they also started small and they for sure had small numbers like everybody else had. And then, I don't know, COVID came, and then during COVID it was a big boost. Let's be honest, we were all at home. VTubers were amazing. Or streamers in general.
Yeah, that was the big break.
Yeah, and then they got a hype, or they joined a specific collab, or they made a specific tweet, and then boom, they got giant. Yeah, but they were also streaming for 6 years already. Be happy for them that they got the hype or they got the possibility, instead of being like, nah, you didn't deserve it. Or it's life. It's not about deserving. It's often about being lucky or being there at the right time, and it can't, like, we all cannot have the opportunity to be like this big of streamers. We just can't. It would be impossible. Like, we can't split our viewers on like thousands of people so they all are successful. That's not working.
No, unless you get like raided by somebody really big, but that big person has to raid a whole bunch of smaller people, and not every small VTuber, not every small streamer deserves that type of hype, honestly.
Yeah, and even then, the big streamer, do they lose their followers then? Because like, or their viewers? Because then they think, oh, this small streamer is cool, then I'm gonna watch them. Yeah, but what happens when they stream at the same time? You can't split your attention onto like so many people. Like, and then the big streamer loses their views, and then you have the funny people coming and chat like, why you have thousands of followers but only 10 views. Like, that's exactly what's happening then.
Yeah, because there was like a couple of, and I think that does happen more often than people think, because there are a few streamers that I've seen that would have like 27,000 followers, but then they would only have like 10 people at the stream. Usually that happens though because they took like an extremely long hiatus, so people just thought that they weren't going to stream anymore, and then they start and people lose interest, and that's pretty scary.
Yeah, or they just had one game and that game died at some point, and then they had to do something else, or like to do something else, and then everybody just leaving because they were just there for the game. It's also a thing. Yeah,
and I think that that's one thing that VTubers have, an upper edge on, because a lot of people, they come for our design, they come because they love our branding, because once you get like a model, that's your whole branding right there. When you look at a VTuber, you can just look at their design and tell if you're gonna get along with that person, because it's just like, oh well, I could like, literally how I stumbled across your content. Like I saw your picture on Twitter and I was like, oh my gosh, she reminds me about like every single anime character I love. So I immediately followed, and then next you know, 3 days passed, I'm stalking your streams.
Yeah, and that's like, but it's like it's always happy. Like for example, sometimes you also when you actually work somewhere, and then after like 2 years you think, okay, this workplace isn't it anymore, and then you just leave or switch to somebody else, or you know, like the world keeps going. And it's the same for like VTuber content or streamer content. It changes, and yes, you had your hype, and then you maybe at a low again, maybe you get a hype again, maybe you don't. And that's why, especially at streaming, because it's so wonky, you just need to do what you like to do, and so the time is not wasted for you to be like, I'm just aiming to be high, I stream everything to get there, I don't care what I do, I just do everything to get higher. And then you have the hype point, and that's why some VTubers, for example, quit after a year, or normally it's a year or it's 2 years, because either their hype is gone after a year, or second, after 2 years, they notice that sometimes their viewers drop really, really low, and they have a lot of streams that have low views, and then they just drop streaming because they think, I know it's not worth it, I'm not having the numbers anymore, I'm not getting the money anymore, so just gonna stop doing it.
Yeah. And that kind of sucks, because I think after COVID hit, oh, thank you, Mr. Spicy. After COVID hit, there were so many graduations. Like when COVID started dying down, people started working again. And so many people graduated because their numbers were like super low, or they never had a TikTok to get a good amount of views or something like that.
Yeah, and so many people don't understand. Like, for example, I'm not doing YouTube videos because it's just not my thing to do. And I'm also a bit wonky with like TikTok videos or just cutting in general. It's just not my thing. I didn't start streaming to do those kinds of things. I'm really bad at cutting and stuff, and I kind of don't want to look into it because it's just not my thing. But it always feels like you're getting pushed into this direction of having to produce this kind of content because otherwise people won't see you, or you need to have a TikTok account that's going well because so many people currently get the hype because of TikTok videos, and you always feel a bit like pressured because of those things. Because from my view, I actually don't want to do that because it's just not my vibe, my thing. I'm not into cutting videos. If I would have somebody who loves cutting videos, I would be like, here you go, that's all my stuff, that's what I said those days, take it, do whatever you want with that. I'm good. I don't want to touch it. But for myself, I don't want to, but kind of I also feel like I need to, because it's just a big thing at the moment, and many people find you this way because Twitter is dying, because they're just doing stupid stuff over there.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're losing somehow the possibility to show yourself beside being on Twitch, and to find people on Twitch is not working out well, because Twitch is like, I just show you the people who are already big or have the numbers and are useful for us to make money. So I feel like becoming a VTuber or streamer in general, what many people don't expect, is really hard on you when you don't do it for fun or as a hobby and directly go in with the aim, I want to grow, I want to have those numbers, I want to get a big streamer. What you have to do for that, how much luck you need for that, and how much you need to bend your own life for that so it actually works out. So many people underestimate.
Yeah, because when I first left, my first 9 to 5, it wasn't even a 9 to 5, it was like a 12 to 12. With those types of hours, I can never do VTubing, and that's what I wanted to at least try to VTube. But then I got really sick and I couldn't make a lot of content. So I had my Twitch and everything made, but I haven't really done anything with it. So I felt really bad about that. And then I had to move. So then I couldn't make any content again. And then I got sick again. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I found out that I'm not necessarily gonna get too much better after the illness. So now it's just like, instead of it being a numbers game, I use VTubing as a way to like take my mind off of real life. And I think a lot of people can agree that VTubers make you take your mind off of IRL stuff.
Yeah, true, true. And it's also the better way to, like, I would never aim this to be a job when you start out. You can decide later on if you feel like, oh, it's going good, I love doing that. I would always say, okay, then maybe try going for it. You know, maybe do some other content or try to switch up some things. Like, try aiming for that, but never go in as a single person. When you have like already a management or an agency, it's something different. But as a single person, never jump in and be like, okay, this is gonna be my job now.
Yeah. Because it's not going to work out that way unless the very first video you put out goes insanely viral or something.
Yeah.
But like, what are the odds of that?
Also, really many VTubers are just scared to go on a freaking holiday. Like, how many people I already talked to who were like, oh, next week it's gonna be so stressful, or I just want a week off, and they were so scared of leaving for 1 week because people just move on. They find somebody else during that time, and so many people are so scared to just have a break. And that's why so many VTubers get like mental problems or start to struggle till the point where they just stop streaming because they can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And it's really sad, especially if it's somebody that you follow or one of your friends.
Oh, I also had during COVID, it was really, really sad because some of my I started directly after COVID. And there was still some, like, at the end of COVID I started. And there were many people who stopped streaming because either COVID got them or they got ill due to COVID. That was like a really, really rough time. And then you also had the graduation at the end of COVID and everybody leaving. And then you also had to think about, okay, am I gonna start as a VTuber now? Is that still smart? In that way, like, would still people watch VTubing, or only the big ones because they are like known everywhere? Like, some people you can't go around when you start to be a part of the VTuber community. You just know them.
Yeah.
And it can be sometimes being like, okay, well, they are here. Why am I here? Like, what am I doing here?
Right. Especially if they're indie, because you're constantly comparing yourself to those people.
Yeah.
But like how you said earlier, because I am planning on a 2.0 model, and I know which artists I want to go with and everything, but in order for me to go that way, I would like a bigger following beforehand, because I don't want to invest this much money into a model without the following. So I think like that, having goals do help keep your mental health in check. It's just like, oh yeah, and just not giving yourself a time frame, because I know that there's some people that's like, wow, I've been VTubing for like 3 years and I'm still not at one of my goals. And this person's been only VTubing for like a year and they're like surpassed me and everything. Comparing yourself is the most unhealthiest thing you can do with VTubing.
Oh yeah, I was like a collab mommy when I started. There are like many people I was rating at the beginning when we all were really small, like just started and stuff. And some of them are still streaming, and we always like to think back at the time when I tried to rate them and get them into collabs, and then we all had like giant collabs, like 12 people, I don't know, Goose Goose Duck collabs or Among Us or that time. And it was so fun growing together and becoming part of the VTuber community. But at the same time, you also always had the back thought of, okay, they have grown so much now. I'm not growing that much, or they surpassing me, or they have so much more viewers than I have, so much more quickly. Like, they just streaming for 2 months and are already better than me after like 1 year and stuff like that. So you really need to train yourself. It's a really, really mental challenge, I think, to start with streaming and being able to do your thing. Yes, numbers are somehow important. Like, I wouldn't want to stream when I have nobody in chat. It's also a very difficult thing when you start streaming to be able to, like, that's why it's always good to like start with friends or something, that they just watch you and chat with you a bit so you can talk and you're not bored, or you have somebody there. But to get used to like have nobody in chat is a pretty hard thing, and then to get used to that even just one chatter is good enough and you're doing perfectly fine with that. You don't need to have like those thousands of people being in chat, and you're still valid and you're still doing perfectly fine without having like giant numbers, even though some people are just like swooshing off to the front, I don't know, being like way better than you thought you would have. Don't mind that. It's not healthy. It won't help you. You can't do anything against this. It just happens. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. When I first started streaming, I was doing like cozy streams and stuff like that. But I would always post a VOD to YouTube. So I would always be like, oh, if I'm not gonna talk to anybody in the chat, I would be talking to people that's gonna watch the VOD later. So that was always like my mindset with that. And it actually did help, because after doing that for a while, there are a lot of people on my YouTube that actually talk on the VOD, like comments and stuff like that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, because I shared a story on one of my streams about how my friend, she didn't have a great relationship with her mother, and I never knew why until like the past 2 years. She told me like, oh, when I was like underage, my mom would use my information to apply for like credit cards and apply for services that we can afford. So she would basically like use her identity to like apply for these things, and it brought her credit score super low. Like by the time she was 18, her credit score was like at a 500, which is a little bit below average, but not high enough to like to be able to afford quote unquote to apply for most apartments in better areas. And when they told her like, oh, like your application is actually denied because your credit score is too low, and she was like, how can my credit score be too low? At first she was like, oh yeah, I don't have enough of a credit history. Then she actually looked and saw all these bills that were under her name, and she was like, well, what is this? And then she realized that like, she was like, Mom, why is the light bill under my name? Why is this credit card under my name? Like, I was 17, like what is going on here? And then her mom told her, and they got into like a big argument, a big justifiable argument, because if that were me, I'd be the same way. Like you can't do that to a minor. And I was talking about that on one of my streams, and then somebody had commented on the VOD on YouTube, and she was like saying, oh, well, here goes some resources for your friend, because that's stupid illegal. So this is what your friend should do. So that it was nice to see that there were people interacting and stuff on a different platform, but also downloading and editing those VODs can be very taxing, because I would have to do it every time I streamed that game. So I would want to do other things like doing this or playing a different game, so that I wouldn't have to work on the VOD every single day and wait for downloads and uploads every single day.
Yeah.
Because it can be really tiring doing all this stuff by yourself, especially if you work like a 9-to-5 and go to school. I can't even imagine.
And also chat sometimes forget about those things, that they're like, where's the next video? Where's the beauty? I don't know, why are you not streaming today? Yeah, because they still have like thousands of things to do, or it takes time to produce all that content, or, you know, just be nice to your streamers. They're really, really trying, believe me. They're trying and using a lot of time to produce content, so.
Exactly. Oh, thank you for the follow and the head patch breakthrough. But yeah, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience, especially when it comes to like, you've already kind of burned out your mental health coming up with a design for your model, or at least I did.
Yeah. And I think also a big part is like your thoughts, not even what you're doing, but the creativity and the thoughts you need to put into everything, like there's 1,000 things you're thinking about and you need to decide, and I'm having like problems. Like, I have 1,000 ideas, I just have problems to decide what's like what I want to go with. Is that better? Does that fit more? You know, like 1,000 ideas, and I need to think about that all the time, and like those thoughts in your head that also like many streamers, for example, who can't like just turn off after like some people are like, I stream and after stream I don't care about streaming. What is streaming? I'm not streaming. So but there are also some people, like for example me, who are constantly thinking about streaming, or at the moment at least, where I had all those difficulties with the numbers and stuff. And that's why we kind of now pulled the emergency button or whatever to start changing some stuff, because your brain is sometimes not the nicest one, and especially when you start like, I couldn't, for example, sleep well some days because I was still thinking about what kind of thumbnail I'm gonna do for tomorrow, or do I still need to do tomorrow, I need to do this and that for the stream, or when I, you know, like all these thoughts you have that are also like a big challenging part, and not actually the like, I love creating thumbnails and pictures, like I can sit there, watch a movie and have fun and just create by the side, but coming to the conclusion of how this looks and how it will end up, if everybody will like it, when I gonna use it and stuff like that, are most often the hard ones, harder than actually creating the content.
Exactly, because you have to like come up with an idea and take it down. Honestly, like I came up with the podcast idea on an impulse, because I was like, what's a way to where I can meet and learn about other VTubers and take advice from them? Then I was like, oh, I could do a podcast. Because in real life, I'm a logistics coordinator, which has nothing to do with my degree. I have a master's in fine arts and a bachelor's in graphic and web design. So my my resume is like a little all over the place. So like when it came to like thinking about what the schedule would look like, thinking about the PDF file I sent with all the segments and everything, the email marketing, I designed all of that, and I typed all of that from scratch, and designing and creating the form was from scratch. This is just one event out of the many I have in my head, but it took so much time to like put together.
But I'm so proud of you. Like I know myself, like I always wanted to do like a chatting, or like a just chatting format, because like I love this talk with different people about different topics and stuff, and I was always a bit too scared about it, that it won't work out or whatever. And I'm so proud of you that you did so well. Like you had so many interviews this week. I would not have been able to do that. And I know what still is coming up. Okay, I saw the list. I know what you still need to do. So you can be really proud on yourself for doing that, and it's an amazing idea.
I think this is something I am really proud of, but hi Serene. Yes, I loved it. I got my fine arts degree in 1 year. I got my master's in 1 year, and I think that that's something I was super proud of. But yeah, I was definitely overwhelmed when I like, oh, let me just put this tweet out. And I was surprised that I wasn't surprised. Okimi said that they would back me up on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. I can have a talk show with like under the sponsorship, quote unquote, of the Vtuber group that I'm in. So that's really cool. So they helped market it. But once I threw that tweet out there, and once they retweeted it, and then it reached like, I don't know, it reached like 6,000 people within the first maybe day. And then my schedule got filled, and I was like, holy. I was so scared at first, because I was like, well, what if I accidentally plan it on a day where I have work? I like stared at the schedule for so long, making sure that the time frames fit, making sure that like everybody's time zones are correct, but it was a great way to motivate myself to stream a little bit more. Because I noticed for a second, I was doing everything but streaming too often. So like I was trying to do YouTube content, I was trying to do shorts, I was trying to put memes on TikTok, I was uploading my VODs, and I was like, you know what, I need to stream more. So what's gonna motivate me to stream more? And then what I got, it was like, oh, if I collab with more people, or if they sign up for a time slot, I'm like, my brain is gonna be like, no, you have to be punctual, because you might like have low motivation on your own time, but you do not want to waste their time. And that was my motivation to stay consistent with the podcast. Oh,
yeah, in general, like streaming with other people when you have like a phase where you really feel down or with less energy, just streaming with other people can help a lot for that, because like you have a specific time, you have people, you know, okay, they're gonna chat too, like you can talk to them, and just making things a lot easier and more comfortable for yourself.
Exactly. But this is one of the first times that I myself reached out to other people that I've never spoken to before. Like I was like sweating, like when I was reaching out to you and other people at your DMs, because I was like, I want to DM them on Twitter, but what if they think I'm a bot? What if they think I want to sell them something? And I know that sounds pretty ridiculous right now, maybe, but it's so true. I was like, I don't want to reach out to these people to think that I'm like, I never once thought that someone would think that I'm clout chasing or anything, because a lot of people already knew me, and I like first reached out to a lot of mutuals, but I was like, I've never spoken to Onigiri before. I don't want her to think that I'm like a GFX artist or something.
But no, we all here and we blasted your schedule.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm really happy that it worked out. But now I have so many VODs to edit, and my MacBook just died in the middle of downloading one. Yeah, because I game and stream on my PC, on my desk PC, but all of my editing is just on my laptop. And I got lucky because my school gave us MacBooks. Apparently, I went to a very prestigious college, which is why I'm in debt now. Anyway. But I got a MacBook from them, I forgot what year it is. I don't know a lot about Apple products, but I do all my editing on there, which saves so much memory and so much of anything. But if you need like somebody to help you clip things, then I can definitely help clip, although I don't think I'm that great, but but you can reach out anytime and I'll be here.
Just calling emergency Matcha, being like, I need a clip, help me.
I was just like, oh, wait, I got you. Because I do all of my clipping, whether in Adobe Premiere or I use DaVinci Resolve. I'm really good at editing. There was a lot of videographers in my school that taught me all the basics and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I made my VOD intro. I'm like super proud of the stuff I did. And now I'm looking for a better 9-to-5. So that one that pays more. So I'm trying to do more, something more creative. I want to do more creative things, but I found that I am really good at like the logistics stuff that I do, which is so techy and what's the word? I don't know. Logistics is like very technical and very mechanical. It's like when people first think of logistics, it's more like warehouse based, which it can be, but I'm at a desk. I type on the computer a lot, and I usually have a VTuber on the side on my phone. And then I always have like a random coworker looking at my phone, looking at a witch wearing white, or looking at this pink demon on my screen. I'm like, look, it's for research purposes. Because I think one of my it's always like, I always say this, like every stream, that one of my coworkers catches one of you guys on my phone, like slipping, because I think when you died in Phasmo, my coworker saw it.
Oh no. No, they know I failed.
And they were like, are you watching a witch? I was like, excuse me, sir, she's not a witch. She is a celestial guardian. And they were like, well, the celestial guardian just like clapped. And I was like,
so true. Sadly, so true.
What's hilarious is that they don't know that I myself am a VTuber. I think they think I'm just obsessed with VTubers.
It's also a weird thing. I always don't know how to explain that, what I'm doing. Like normally I just skip the topic. I'm just being like, I do online stuff, and everybody's like, okay, cool. And then they leave me be. But like I would never know how to explain somebody like, I am a streamer with a model that looks like a demon. And I'm playing games. Like, how do you explain somebody that? Like, I don't know.
So the only people that know about me being Matcha IRL is literally the people I live with, and that's it, and my besties. And they're like, they've been my best. I only have 2 friends, y'all, in real life. They've been my best friends for 2 years? No, 8 years. I've known them for 8 years, and they've been my bestie. One of them is actually the one that convinced me to VTube, but to other people, like in my workplace or like acquaintances, I would tell them, look, I came up with a fantastic excuse. I say, I am a marketing media manager, and these are some of the people I've worked with. And I would show myself, and then I would show a bunch of random other people.
That's good. That's really good.
And they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they'll just move on to something else. And I'm like, yeah. They'll never know.
I like that idea too. I play games so people don't mention the avatar. That's also true. I just test games, something like that. I test games and people watch me and judge, and then we judge the game together, and then we're good.
Oh yeah, like
the
a beta
demon
tester.
lady next to it, don't mind it.
The demon lady.
Yeah, the one with the jiggling everything, you know, like just don't mind it. It's part of the game. Just don't.
Exactly. This is also for research purposes. I think like the only kind of like for your love with the witch aesthetic or the celestial guardian aesthetic. My aesthetic came from the little fox constellation. So my character's full name is actually not Matcha. Matcha is actually an alias. The full name is Vulpecula Coalcis, which means little fox of the stars. And I was actually born from that constellation.
Wow, that's such a cool story. What?
Yeah, if you look at my Twitter, the full name of the constellation is there.
I was already wondering what this is. It looked too smart for me.
Yeah, that's why I'm a kitsune though, because I was born from the fox.
Oh, that's so cool.
Although the design for my ears specifically came from Yai Miko from Genshin, because I just loved her ears.
Yes, they are looking so floofy and so, like those ears are just cute.
I love it. I have thought about a lot of things for a 2.0 design, but honestly, my Pinterest board is getting kind of filled, so I'm trying to chill on that. But
when my lore is coming out, I also get another, like not a different kind of design, but a different outfit. I guess you don't know a lot about my lore, but like I had my lore is based on a big war, and so the time is like before the war, and the time now is after the war, with the whole guild stuff and being a celestial guardian and protecting everyone. And this war is cutting like a different version from me before I became an actual protective guardian, and that version before is getting also an outfit and everything. In the future, like next year, and I'm already like trying to like the thinking progress again. Like I'm already trying out to find different kind of outfits, looking at different kind of looks. What do I want? What looks cool? Like creating an outfit is really not easy.
Oh my gosh!
And the feeling to not put on like ears and horns and magic stuff and like everything onto one model.
Just slap everything on the model.
Yeah, in the end you have like 5 ears or something, like floofy ears just because you want to be a cat, but you also want to be a kitsune, and then you just have another ear because you can, and then you have horns in between, and like I really need to decide on like what do I really want to have.
Oh, I have an idea. You slap everything on and call yourself a chimera.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm just a fusion of everything.
Oh, chat says don't forget the dog ears.
Oh, true. Oh, so I need like, okay, 4, 5, 6 pairs. No, not 6 pairs. 6 ears. Oh, goodness.
6 ears and you still can't hear the ghost hunting?
I guess, yes. I will never become a true ghost hunter. I'm more of the ghost. I just can't deny the fact.
No, don't say that. You're a great ghost hunter. You just need a friend to help you, and I shall be that friend.
Like, I'm the bait ghost. Like, I'm actually a ghost hunter, but I'm a ghost, so they don't know that I'm actually a ghost hunter. Makes sense?
A bait ghost? What?
So, like, I'm a ghost, so they, you know, I'm just one of the ghost buddies, but in the end, I'm gonna betray them because I'm actually a ghost hunter.
Surprise!
I'm just trying here, okay? I'm just trying.
Plot twist. I was one of you all along. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt. The cheeks on my face for anybody whose mind is in the gutter. Oh, I thought that a lot too. Because when we were playing Demonologist a lot, we switched back to Phasmo, and then we switched back to Demonologist, and I was using the Ouija board because I was like, because I think there's a Ouija board on Phasmo, right? Is there? Okay, yeah. The Ouija board in Demonologist works the same way. You can ask where the ghost is and stuff. But I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I don't know if my mic glitched out or what. But I asked the ghost, I was like, where are you? And then it told me where it was. And then I was like, goodbye. But the thing, the little, I don't know what it's called, pointer, I guess? The little pointer. It wouldn't disappear. And it was still there. And I was like, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And then the ghost started hunting, and I was like, oh.
No.
And then my friend Maki, she was so confused because she was like, why is the ghost hunting already? We haven't done anything. I just didn't say anything. And so I just went into a corner, very quietly hid. And then she ran up the stairs and she saw where I was hiding. And she hid right next to me. And she was like, I'm really confused. Matcha, what's that? And I was holding the Ouija board. She was like, you did it. And I was like, I did. I messed up, Fwen. I'm sorry, Fwen. Then I died right in front of her. She was like, you mother.
But what is the rest of your model based off? What are you wearing? Do you have a full model or do you have just a half one? I want to see.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to have a feet reveal? Here we go. Here I am.
Yes, please. I want to see. Oh, you're actually wearing a dress.
Yeah, I have a dress on. And my feet move.
Oh, that looks so like a royal dress or something.
Yeah.
From what is it based off? What are you based on that dress?
So I was based off of at first Genshin characters, like because I designed my model when I was full on obsessed with Genshin. But I was following somebody very specifically. Hold on, let me pull up their Twitter and then I can put it in the chat so that everybody can see. There was one specific artist that I fell in love with. Her name is Terra Terrific. T-E-R-R-A. Oops, am I spelling this right? Oh, I had it for a second. But this is like what her characters would usually wear. She would have a lot of academic Victorian style outfits, and I loved how fluffy they were. But I wanted like a very, just basically that. I wanted a very academic outfit with a very royal color scheme. And then my model mama, who is super, super talented, she was just like, she had like 3 different designs and I had to choose one. And I was like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Because she had like very royal dresses. She wanted to do the asymmetrical stocking. She wanted to do the double-breasted jacket. She wanted to make sure my boba still looked good.
Of course they have to look good.
Exactly, because I gave her, because my skin tone for my model and my body shape are kind of match my IRL body shape. I have a lot of boba in real life, but I don't have no thighs, so I wanted a fluffy dress to make up for it. But I love all of her stuff. I love all the fluffiness. But instead of
fluffy skirts are amazing. Or dresses.
Exactly. But when we chose a color, like we chose the burgundy color because it just, I don't know, it just matched with the purple really well. And I also had a Pinterest board of different like color schemes, and this is kind of just what we came up with.
Pinterest is saving me every time I need to think about an outfit.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, if you ever want to come up with more designs or something, just go to Pinterest, be obsessed for like 10 days straight. And then be sad when you can't think of anything.
I need to send you a picture that I really like from my next design that I have as like a reference. And I think you're gonna like it too because it's quite also having like this kind of dress type. Wait, I'm bad explaining it, but Okay, I sent you 3 pictures, but the one with the witch hat is the extra one I wanted to send you. But those 3 pictures are my current vibe. I kind of want to go for.
Whoa! These are very detailed. Oh my gosh.
But they're just from Pinterest, and like you know this one with the witch hat and the dress.
That one looks really good.
Yeah, and I really love it. And I want it to be a bit more like armor-like and a bit more. I love cutouts. I have a thing for cutouts. Who could have guessed with my outfit? But I have a thing for cutouts, so I kind of want this dress with like cutouts and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I did see a piece of art on one of your banners, but it was more like you looked more like a knight.
Oh yeah, true. I don't have it on my Instagram anymore. I have an old version of my outfit and armor version of my outfit. So the one you saw on the banner is actually an armor version of me. Wait, I have it. There's actually an armor. It was just a fun thing we did. It's not the like official armor, just a random armor type we wanted to try out because the artist also didn't really draw armor yet. So we just had to go with that.
This isn't like this just in. Yoni has officially an armor outfit.
Wait, I got this is the armor one.
I love the swords in your PNG. Like you have a star and a moon sword.
Yes.
And they're both short swords, but one of them has like a bigger hilt.
Yeah, but I have 2 short ones and 1 big one. The like big one is before the war, and 2 short ones that I use now
is after.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a big sword like a long sword, or a big sword like an anime claymore where it's just an iron door on a stick?
Yeah, not that long. Still like a 2-hand weapon, but it's great. It's a magical weapon. So when I had my powers, I used this weapon to wield it with magic. And after I lost my powers, I used 2 little weapons.
Oh, because it was just that. Is that heavy that you needed magic to wield it?
Yeah,
bro.
But here, this one was my first real design. And then it switched to this one.
Who made all these?
And then it got to this one. Those are the 3 different outfits I had.
Oh, when you said revealing, you was not kidding.
Yeah, but you need to think of, I was only half seen there too, so it was only about my bobas.
Oh, and that's where you, oh my gosh. I think my most favoritist part of your design is I love the stocking. I love your mascot on a stocking.
You don't want to know how confused all my artists were. Like I have one for my character design, one for my PNG, and then one who does everything else for me. And to explain those 3 people what I meant with the dragon stocking was so complicated.
Oh no. Your sword does look pretty heavy. I say that, but my sword is a double-sided scythe.
Oh, well, that's so cool. I do love weapons. I have a thing for magical weapons, or like weapon and fantasy stuff in general.
You have a thing as in you like it, or a thing as in a kink?
No, I like it. I like it. Please, I just like weapons.
Someone's gonna clip that out of context. I already feel it. I should have said that. That's not what I meant. Both. Oh, you said both. Oh my gosh. I need to have like some more art made, but I haven't thought of any. But I use a lot of spell books and just mainly the scythe as a weapon. But I also use there's a lot of electricity around my model.
It's freaking you. This picture's insane. What?
Dude, my model mama talented. She also made my PNG. Like if I
This
ever do
looks
collab.
so crazy good. I was like, oh, it's like a game thing, like a reference from a game or something, but it's actually you. That's so cool. What? I love the weapon. Oh my gosh. I need to zoom in here. Give me some time. I need to zoom in. Zoom in here. Oh, but your hair just always look good. You have those type of hairstyle that just always looks so freaking good.
Wait, thank you.
Purple hair. I can't deny it. I need to say that.
I want to one day get my scythe rigged and toggled onto my model. I'm so glad I don't have to explain the scythe design to anybody.
That's really, really cool. Oh my. I approve of that weapon.
Yeah, it takes a lot of concentration to use a weapon like that since the it has a blade on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
But to have I could never wield a claymore like in real, even in Genshin. I don't have any claymore characters I use.
Oh, I love that your reference sheet is like glowing because of the dark background and stuff. It's like actually glowing.
Yeah, that was an accident. It just so happened to work out.
You got a really, really cute design. And it's also not in one color. I always really, really appreciate VTubers being able to create such amazing designs that are not like just one color designs, because it's really hard to make like different colors into your outfit and still everything to match and look like nice and pretty. But it's really cool.
It was very difficult to decide on the shade of purple that would match the shade of burgundy you wanted.
Yeah.
And we also had to take in consideration my skin tone because this is my skin tone in real life. And oh my gosh, to tell you like a little bit of a story, a little bit before I had a 2D model, I had a 3D model, but the 3D was like, I didn't do much with it. And the 3D model only came in like, you're either pale white, like paper sheet white, or dark chocolate dark. And of course I'm a little light-skinned girl in real life. So I wanted my model to match my skin tone. So I gave my model mama like a picture of my hand, my literal skin tone. And I was like, this is my skin tone. I want my model to match. And she was like, okay, I can do that. So she did it. And then somebody said that my model was whitewashed because it was so much lighter.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so I explained
Such
like
a big topic.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, so my old model was actually way too dark for my skin complexion. Like, this is my skin complexion IRL. And they were like, no, you're lying. You just want a paler design. And I was like, you know what? I'm not getting anywhere here, so I'm gonna just stop there.
Yeah, I'm not up for this. I don't know, this topic is for me just... We're VTuber models. I don't have horns. I don't have, like... Why are we talking about the skin color? Like, when I'm blue, you're also not saying you're blue washing. Like,
Blue washing.
like, that makes no sense for me, especially in a VTuber field. I don't know. Like, I look pale like a vampire, and nobody's saying, no, you can't be a vampire. You're a celestial guardian. You need, like, darker skin tone. Like, nobody would say that.
You would think, because I literally hit him with that, like, hey, I'm a Kitsune sorceress. I didn't think my skin tone generally mattered, but this is my literal skin tone IRL. But I hate to also break it to you, I don't have fox ears in real life. I don't have purple hair, and I don't have purple eyes, so...
Yeah, for example, like, especially because the model is a bit older, like, I was just being like, you go and you do your stuff to my artists, and they have their colors they use for skin tones, or in general, like, they can handle. And when this colors, they think that it matches to the outfit, I'm good with that. As long as I'm not getting blue,
yeah,
I'm fine with that. Like, I don't care if I'm like a little bit off, or is it a little bit darker, or a little bit too bright, or as long as it matches to the rest of it, and it's not a big change from model to model every time. That one time I'm blue, one time I'm red, one time I'm, I don't know, yellow. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, to the point where you can't even recognize anymore. No purple hair, I'm disappointed. Do you have any idea how demons feel with such a representation? Oh no.
I'm sorry, demons. I accept you. Sorry. Next
yeah.
model gets horns just to appreciate you guys.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hopefully they're gonna be like the horns that you have on your reference sheet. That's just a cool design. I like the stars.
Which one?
On
the,
your
the...
PNG on your Twitter.
Yeah.
Why did you make that noise?
I was thinking about like my PNG on Twitter. Okay, I go. Yes, I'm looking at it. I'm here. I'm with you.
It has like
my Christmas horns.
Oh, are they Christmas horns specifically? That's so cute.
Yes, they are for Christmas. I always put them on during Christmas time.
So cute! What?
Yes, because I wanted, like, I didn't do it yet, but I wanted for every season or for every game, or like I'm still deciding on how I'm gonna do it, because I also get a different PNG soon and stuff. I wanted to have something for Christmas so we can, like, you know, to celebrate Christmas, and my whole layout was a bit more like Christmas stuff going on. And yeah, and then Reindeer Yoni appeared, and I got horns, and yes. And I loved the ears. Like, I played a lot of League during that time, and I loved Lilia, and I just needed those ears.
What just happened?
Alas! Thank you, Han. Thank you. Why am I saying thank you? You did good job, Han. You did a good job. Oh God.
I hate my reaction. I just saw the alerts go like crazy. I
hope I don't start when somebody followed to say my hi, welcome to the comfy cottage. Oh God.
This is not a comfy garden. Thank you guys so much for the subs. Oh my gosh.
Well done, Naz. Well done.
I'm so confused. Because I was like not looking at the screen. I was still looking at your Twitter, and I just heard. Note to self: stop staring at Yoni's Twitter. Oh my gosh. Oh damn it, you broke her. Yeah, I was broken for a second, guys. I didn't know what to do. Twitter, like, what?
It's Twitter, not water.
Twitter.
Twitter.
Well, technically it's Xer.
No, don't say it.
Okay,
don't say it.
Okay, I say nothing.
we can just deny it by not saying it, so it won't happen, okay?
If we don't imagine it, then it was never here.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, I did a joke on Twitter about that.
Oh no.
About some kinky stuff. You saw the Twitter icon?
The X on it?
Yeah, and what's behind that? This weird white...
Oh, how it looked like somebody jizzed on an icon?
Yeah, and then I saw a tweet of somebody I know, and she was like, "Who did come on freaking Twitter?" And I just answered, "It's the final cum shot." And we're making so many jokes about how, like, I don't know, that it's like a real picture and they just put it behind the X because they can. They don't care about Twitter anymore, so they just keep going with those kind of stupid things, and it's actually a true picture and not actually like a graphic or something.
Yeah, it's just a meme at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I have a icon theme on my phone. So to me, Twitter still shows as like a bird, but it matches the theme my phone still.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That
I don't.
Priorities.
Do you have an iPhone or you have an Android?
I have an Android.
Yeah, and with iPhone you are screwed. You need to look at the ugly X.
I have a Galaxy 22, 20. I don't even know.
Ooh,
Galaxy 20 something. But I use an iPhone for my tracking though.
Oh yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, the iPhone stays here. The iPhone is a part of my PC setup, like it's hooked up here and everything. I just bought the cheapest iPhone that has compatible tracking off of Amazon.
Yeah, iOS is really good for tracking.
Right, because I didn't want to like do all these weird little third-party sites or whatever or anything. It's been working good for me. Matches my expressions and everything. What kind of sucks though is like it's a little bit too good. Like I have a resting bitch face, guys, in real life. It's bad. So if I'm focusing on a game, it matches perfectly. Somebody from chat was like, "Why do you frown when you're not saying anything?" I was like, "It's my face." It's literally just my face. I can't escape it. Even behind an anime girl, I can't escape my face. Oh my gosh. But at least my PNG is like still like little happy and little cute, so you would never know. The world would never know how bad my resting bitch face is. The struggle. Okay, since we're nearing the end of our podcast, this is like the longest podcast I've ever done on this show.
Yes, I'm an achievement. I'm the longest till now.
You now have the record holder for longest Lumenight interview. Congratulations.
Yes. You.
So instead of a great escape, it would be a face escape. How to block someone that just gifted you.
Hi, my Laz. It was nice to have you. Bye bye.
I feel attacked, Last. I feel attacked. So for the what was I even gonna say? My train of thought gone.
Oh no.
That's easy. He deserves it. Oh no. So since this podcast is more so, it's a podcast, yes, but it holds a record for your growth. So do you have any messages for the Yoni in the future? Like further down your journey, Johnny? Wow. So let's say that you
For my Johnny. Further for my Johnny.
Now I know exactly what your thumbnail title is gonna be for this VOD. The Johnny of the Yoni. Oh my god, bars!
Oh goodness.
So if you were to speak to yourself in the future, what message would you have for the future Yoni who would look at this VOD?
Okay, hi, future Yoni. I hope really that you are still streaming. That you can be proud of yourself, that your cough is freaking gone. That you can be really proud of yourself, and that you please hopefully finally figured out how to take breaks. I hope that you're still like poking last every day, and that you are just proud on your freaking journey. I mean, you're streaming for such a long time with all these crazy people around us, and I know it's tough. I know real life is tough. I know streaming is tough, but freaking hell, we're so positive and we're so amazing and we're doing so well. And I hope you will never forget that. And I just want to say that. And this cutie right next to me, I hope you're still doing some stuff with her because she's amazing. And thanks a lot for this podcast.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, my voice.
And to still put food first. Yeah, we have a rule. First comes food and second comes everything else.
Oh my gosh, have you streamed without eating or something? What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't really eat before streaming. Yeah, because it's the time and stuff, and food first. I'm also often snacking during stream because I didn't eat yet, and yeah, food first.
Oh my gosh, well if you're snacking now, I never heard you. Have you mastered the quiet snacking?
Maybe.
Are you snacking now?
I have nuts. I mean, I had the nuts in my hand just now, but I know that because I had a mod lobby today. Normally, always on Sundays, we have a mod lobby. And Last is always saying he can hear me snacking my nuts. Like, I have, like, really tasty nuts with me here right now. And I just was holding the box of them, looking inside, being like, nah, you can't snack them now. They're too loud.
On my ending Twitter post, I'm just saying, and quote, Yanni's words, I'm snacking on these nuts.
Oh, goodness.
Like, literally, I have yummy nuts. I'm snacking on these nuts. There's no way I'm not putting that in the Twitter post. Time to clip. Yeah, I have these nuts in my hand. She has these yummy nuts in her. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, at least it's just the nuts. It's okay. I didn't say anything worse.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It could have been a lot worse. And any final tips or tricks you would like to share with our community?
Stay strong. Be positive, stay strong, survive.
I meant for VTubing, not for surviving the zombie apocalypse, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. I rewind. Especially try to focus on yourself. Like, life is short. You guys know what happened for 2 weeks ago. So life is short. Please appreciate your time. Your time values the most for yourself. So use it as you want it to be used. And it's very important. And please always remember that. That's the most important thing. Everything else is not your life. It's not your thing to decide about or to worry about. Just worry about yourself and what you want to do.
I 100% agree. Last is I remember. Well, all right, guys. This is going to be our wrap up for this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, Yanni. It's been a pleasure to have you. I love hearing about your story, your inspiration. I love that you have blessed us with your beautiful model presence. I love it.
Thanks a lot for getting me in. You're always so amazing. And I 100% love talking to you. That was really fun and amazing. And I didn't expect that we connect so well. And I had really a lot of fun with this.
Aww, same. We have so much in common. So, like, if you ever do want to be back on a podcast, you can. Just because people come on once, they can come on multiple times. Also, we definitely have to plan a collab. Definitely a spoopy collab or a cozy one. I don't really care. As long as I play something with you, I don't have a preference.
Definitely.
And if you guys know anybody else that would like to join, I'm going to put the form in the chat. If anybody else is interested, feel free to fill it out. Or you can invite other people. The form is completely open and there's no deadline. It's just going to be here, existing. So if you know anybody interested, let me know. And we are going to find somebody to raid. Let's go ahead and find a mutual to raid. Kira is doing a special event. I think she's debuting an outfit. So we're just going to go and raid Kira. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure having you guys. So sweet. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for being so nice to Yanni. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.